Love you, Mom.
Okay. Let people know that we have a tornado watch.
Yep, we got a tornado watch, yes. Hi there. Restream is ready to display messages. Okay. Max says, I'm waiting. Yes, very good. We had a hard time getting on the internet this morning. Some connections were having a hard time. A major storm center is coming our direction. We are under a tornado watch here. So we will be watching the weather. Robert has it up on one of his other screens so that he can keep monitoring what's going on with that. But we might have a stream like was yeah. The day of our pass it on challenge. So Lexi, thank you. Subscribe to Tier 1. Subscribe for 11 months in a row. That is way, way cool. Appreciate that. Hiya, Doc. Hope you're well. Glad to be home since yesterday it was impossible with complete Dutch railway shutdown due to a little bit of snow. A little bit of snow shut down the Dutch railway. Can't imagine that clear up there, because you get a lot of snow, don't you? Interesting. So I'm glad, yes, I'm glad to be home. As long as I stay still, my back behaves itself, but the minute I try to get up, it's not fun. So last time got this much snow was over 4 years ago. Oh, okay.
So it wasn't a little bit of snow.
It must have been a little bit, more than a little bit. Yeah.
Well,
Max Murphy says, "How is everybody else?" We're all doing fairly well. Robert, you're getting over your ear infection or whatever.
Yeah. Finally, I think mostly, kind of. Oh my gosh.
The surety in his voice is palpable, obviously.
I think I'm doing better, and then I'm not, and then I think I'm doing better, and
Okay. Alan Brains says hello. Alien Brains says hello. Okay. That was a cool name. And Lexi Snow said it was less than 10 centimeters and it shut down the railway. Okay, that's interesting. Meach 2020 says good morning. So
I grew up in the Seattle, Washington area where there's tons of rain all the time. There's so much rain. It's actually, I should say, it's not tons of rains. It's a little bit of rain all the time.
Yep.
Right? It's just constantly drizzling.
It's just
super
direct.
What that means is that nobody knows how to handle a little bit of snow, including, and it is also a very hilly area, right?
Very.
So that means that if you get a dusting, if there is snow on the ground, school is delayed or canceled. So growing up in that area, you were just praying to see a single snowflake, and just one snowflake. Hype was off the charts for getting school canceled. It was amazing. And then of course, Doc, in his infinite wisdom, he wasn't a doctor yet at that point, so maybe that's why. The one year we decided to have Christmas in California, it snowed and snowed and snowed. It was like 6 or 8 inches. It was so much that when we finally came home from Christmas, there was still enough snow that we built an entire gigantic igloo in our front yard. It was great.
But they were away for most of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All righty. Okay.
We used our old recycling bins, which used to be like just big buckets, and would pack them full of snow, and then flip those over and turn those into the building blocks for our igloo. So it was more like a gigantic fort with like 2 foot thick walls.
That was great. All right. Naichi Maisi, something like that. Says hello, everybody. Appreciate it. Was that the massive snowstorm in '96? You know, I can't pinpoint a year. I mean, good grief, that's almost 30 years ago. But that's about the right time frame.
Was I born yet?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Because I would have been too young to remember.
We were still living in Renton.
No, in 96?
96, no.
No, 96
we were living in
Marysville.
the Marysville house.
But the year that you guys went down to California, I stayed home because I had to work. You guys went down, and that's when the snowstorm happened. We were still living in the Renton house.
Yeah, then maybe there are 2 different events that I'm conflating.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
It had to have been earlier than 96 then, because I only ever lived in the Marysville house.
Yeah, and we lived in the Marysville house for 13 years and moved from there in 2005. So we were there from 93. So yeah. But yeah, there was another big snowstorm in 96 that I do remember that one too. So Cap One Eye says, good morning, morning Doc and dudes. He says, we got 8 inches a week ago and another 4 a couple nights ago. Now it's raining and icy. Oof, what a combination. What a combination. Zach says, hey Doc. And Chinko says, when I was a kid, you have to snow at least 8 inches before school would be delayed or canceled. Yep. When you're living in a place that knows how to deal with snow, it's not a problem. You just, it's snowing. Okay, oh well, life goes on. That's kind of like the way it is here. It just, life goes on unless there's really a lot. So, okay, Naichi Maishi says, my name is Polish. Don't try to pronounce it. Okay. Do you play Star Rupture? Yes, on Tuesday we had a 4-hour stream where we streamed Star Rupture. So yes, I'm really excited about that game. Really excited about playing it and making some tips on it and getting a body of knowledge put together for Star Rupture, because it was quite fascinating. Got killed in a rupture because I couldn't get back home once and lost all of my stuff. We had just looted an old installation, and I had my bags completely full, and I was so far away from home before, this is a lack of planning, lack of experience playing the game, was so far away from home that the rupture happened and I died. And by the time I got back to my body, only one of the things was there. So I relooted my old body and got one of the things back.
Don't think that was your old body. I think that was a different body.
And it might have been, but it was in a similar place to where I had died. So we don't know. It might have been my old body, might not have been. So, all right. So yes, we'll be playing more Star Rupture. And all right, should I actually do my work or should I cheat, Max? That's a no-brainer question. Never cheat, because you only cheat your own education.
Doc is an educator, by the way.
Yes.
He is a professor.
Oh,
so,
yes. Yes. And I've got a new class that either started on Monday or starts next week. I can't remember. I guess I need to go check and see.
Yeah,
'Cause they're in their first week.
we do have a question from Jonas Quiner. He says, which server provider do you play Satisfactory on with your friends?
We use ping players right above my head there. Ping players. We have both a Linux server and a Windows server right now with ping players. They've provided both of them based on the sponsorship. But the and the reason why is because we struggled with the Windows one when we were doing our racing event, and with that racing event, we had a hard time reloading the world to set it back to original, so that we didn't have to go individually touch everything that changed during the race, and we had trouble reloading. So they gave us a Linux server, and we've got worlds on both of them at the moment. So the old Pax Prosperitas world is on the Windows server, and I need to get in touch with them because we can't get that one restarted for some reason. So we need to address that, and I let that slip off my
Probably just too
off
many
my
mods.
list. What?
Yeah, too many mods.
Not. It was running with those mods all along. Come on. Okay. Cap One Eye says, in the 70s and 80s, our parents could be cared less what we were even doing. Just be home before the streetlights came on or else. Yeah, exactly. I grew up in the 70s. I graduated from high school in the 70s. And so, yeah, basically the whole idea was, go out and play, be home before dinner, and they give you a time. You went out and played with your friends and had all kinds of fun, and then you came home. Nowadays, you got to know exactly where your kids are at all times. Keep them safe. Yeah.
Unfortunately, our society isn't quite as high trust as what it was back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Hey, Garrett, could you read Acroma Tyrell's comment?
Okay. He says, I was heading up to Big Bear area with my mom for a sixth grade winter camp. 2 school buses followed dead full. Neither bus driver had ever driven in snow before. Mom had to show them how to put chains on the buses.
Oh, no.
The snow chains were required at 2,500 foot above sea level. We were headed close to the 7,000 foot level. Back when I lived in Orange County, California.
Yep.
Okay, so you were headed up into the Sierras to go to camp. Yeah, that's crazy. I had to show the bus drivers how to put the chains on. Ah, my heavens. They knew what they were buying into. Good grief. That's crazy. All right. Well, kids are also stupidly spoiled these days, and we didn't get 10 different streaming services to watch stuff. And I don't know how many games to play on top of a $600 phone. We had to work for everything or to hire a movie. That's so true. Whenever you wanted to see a movie, you had to go to the theater back then. And so you had to, lay out some good money, and you had to transport yourself, and you had to devote the time. And nowadays you just pick up your phone and watch a movie, and yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm starting to think that a reasonably nice phone is starting to become a necessity just to be able to interact with the world the way it is today. With the modern world. Sure, an old phone can, like a flip phone, can approximate some of that, but you can't actually interact with everything that your friends are doing. You can't participate anymore with just that.
Yep. Well, let's go into the world. We can keep reading the comments, because obviously we started something good with winter. And winter here has been very bizarre. Winter here has been very warm. Yesterday it was 68 degrees in the middle of winter. I mean, it's January. It's supposed to be freezing. And it was 68 degrees. It was crazy, crazy, crazy.
Mm-hmm. I wore a nice t-shirt yesterday.
Yeah.
Doc and Mama Doc was out painting the house, and Doc was installing outlets outside, and
Yep.
Garrett was disposing of old toilets.
Oh,
There's absolutely
Of
no story
everything
go
that you
along
had to
with
mention.
whatsoever.
that was what you mentioned?
Yeah. I was busy editing. You know, I didn't get to go outside much.
Well, I made it all the way in here in order to put miners on these mines, and I didn't bring any frames or pipes.
It sounds like somebody needs to unlock a depot.
No kidding. Well, guess what? Over
Time to
here
run all the way
happens
back.
to be a SAM ore node, which will let me start opening.
There you go. Maybe you can build a MAM in here and do a load of research before you leave.
Yeah, there you go.
First time chat from Valen Logan says, "Tell me about it. I was running AC yesterday in January."
Yeah, no kidding.
The strange alien matter, colloquially known as SAM, seems to be in its dormant crystalline state, meaning it won't break down your body into its basic
Chico
atomic
says,
components.
for the whole day, that is all that Garrett
This
did.
living
Pretty crappy
matter
if
is
you ask
extremely
me.
versatile and has countless applications.
Chico!
Research it in a manner to establish locally appropriate classification.
Don't make
and
Doc laugh at
application,
crude jokes.
As well as a secure method of awakening.
It goes against this religion.
Oh, really? Well, let's see if I can even make a MAM out here. Yes, I can.
Lexi says, I will admit I cried this morning when I was able to get home after 3 days. I missed it so much, and being stuck in Amsterdam for days was horrible.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, analysis complete. Now I can...
And Echo Woo
Make reanimated
Matter
says,
analysis completed.
Ada
Dormant
killed
crystalline
humanity as a
SAM
whole
can now
and
be
the
found at the
pioneers as
resource
well.
scan.
Yeah, I think you're correct. At least the Pioneers belong.
Okay, so I can research... I already researched that node, but I need to get down this tree in order to... So I need to make some reanimated SAM in order to get down that tree. Let's see if I can build also a crafting bench. There we are.
And
We are.
I will say that yesterday I started out the day by diagnosing network issues on my Linux server, then fixing our washing machine, then helping to put up our new well house, then helping to paint. So I did a whole lot more than dispose of the singular toilet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now I'm going to deconstruct this paltry defense.
Paltry.
Paltry. The Linux server is still non-functional. It is also a play project for him to do in his own time. So that is not productive time, that is fun time. What was the second thing you supposedly did?
Fix the washing machine.
Fix the washing machine. What was our conclusion about the state of the washing machine?
That it was broken and I fixed
That
it.
it was not broken.
That it was
It
definitely
needed to be
broken.
unplugged and plugged back in again.
That was still broken.
So are you trying to say that all that he did yesterday was stuff that he didn't need to do?
I had to pull the entire back off the washing machine to find out that it had a computer in it that needed to be power cycled.
Which means all you had to do was unplug it. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Oh, man.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Research it in the man to
Because
establish
and then. And then I helped Dad build the well house. You can't say anything against that.
You helped Dad build the well house. So, Dad wired a couple of outlets yesterday. What did you do?
I helped him run wire.
Yes, he did. He drilled the holes. He ran the wire, so I didn't have to get up on the ladder.
How many holes did he drill?
Oh, come on.
Because that's what I did yesterday. I drilled holes around the entire place. So he helped install a light fixture, a single light fixture.
I was called out halfway through that to help Mom paint, so I didn't do as much of that as I would have liked.
So he installed one light fixture.
He did not install the light fixture.
Oh,
He ran the cable to it.
He ran one wire.
Cable.
That's
to it.
what Gary did yesterday. He ran one wire.
I also bathed Freya.
Also bathed Freya.
That's his dog, for anybody wondering.
Research completed. Quartz crystal recipe unlocked. New quartz.
That's what I'm
research
getting
available.
for. And I
There you
need
go.
frames to do that. That's fine.
First time chat from Joe
Research
Cheval.
completed.
Hey Doc,
Unlocked.
I just found your stream. Never watched you, but I want to say thank you for all your YouTube shorts about
Fantastic.
Satisfactory. You've helped me so much.
I appreciate that. We will keep helping you too. We're taking all the Q&As and the questions that people ask during the live streams, and we're taking those Q&As and publishing them too, so that we can provide even more help. So thank you for saying so. Appreciate that. 6 inventory slots, silica. Okay.
You remember the story about a chromaterial going up to Bear Country on a field trip?
Yeah.
The trip was between Big Bear and Running Springs. Mom had a Class A and drove a 90 UD 1800 two-car tow truck.
Ooh.
So she knew a thing or two.
Yeah. She was a handy woman.
And then he goes on to say that his dad used to be able to leave his door open overnight back in the 70s.
Oh, absolutely.
And
We never
even in
locked
safe
anything back
places,
then.
you wouldn't be able to do that now.
Yeah, we never locked our houses back then. You know, occasionally you'd have things go wrong, but it's usually the neighborhood teenage kid that decided to go crazy that day, and you quickly took care of it with their parents, you know.
Around here, we have to keep everything locked, but not because of neighbors.
Yeah, we have a very curious child that is mentally disabled.
One thing he loves to do is he loves to check doors.
Yep.
And so if you leave it unlocked, he'll just go in and mess around with stuff. However, if you give him a task and say, hey, we need your help to make sure things stay locked, he will check. And if it's ever unlocked, he will come right to you. He'll report it. It will be the most urgent message he's ever had in his life. And he will make sure that you know when you get it locked.
Yeah.
So it's been a kind of funny way of helping turn one of his oddities into a strength. So it's been kind of funny.
Joe Cheval says, the only thing is that I found you too late. My factory's a mess, so I'm starting over to have everything clean. Well, almost. A little spaghetti never hurt anyone.
Right.
And eternally tired, just subscribed to Tier 1.
So does that mean that you're retired? That you're my age and eternally tired? I think that's a good name for me.
There you go. We actually have a number of Doc University questions that have been kind of piling up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just noticed that.
Well, how about if I keep on chomping away at this raw quartz so I can unlock a few things, and I might even be able to equip myself with some Blade Runners before it's done.
We did miss some questions and comments from FTFE Official, who says, what's up, Doc? How's one of my favorite Satisfactory YouTubers? I live in Scotland. We invented snow.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
All right. Pursley dude Pursley just subscribed at Tier 1, and Eternally Tired did too. So that's great. I appreciate that.
Okay. And FTFE says, I tutor physics and I'm a science communicator online. What do you teach?
I teach, right now the only class I'm teaching is blockchain. And I teach it online at a school that is near the St. Louis area, and we live on the opposite side of the state. Because we moved a couple times since I got my original contract with Lindenwood University. So right now I teach blockchain. Other than that, I taught management and leadership classes for specifically focused in the IT genre. because that's what my education was about. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and take it to the university and get those questions.
So I think
Take it to the classroom.
I am really struggling to find them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was pretty sure I saw 3 of them, but they just are not showing up here.
Okay. I hadn't seen any. That's why I was curious. All right. Well, I'm going to go back.
I do have one.
Okay.
Well,
You found one? Oh, I got a spider here to kill. Thank you. Okay. All right. We have a question from a user that says, "Don't even try to pronounce my name." So, okay. We'll let that one slide. So, Doc, quick question. I'm currently setting up my aluminum factory, and I'm not sure what I should do to the excessive water from refining aluminum scrap. Any advice? Okay. Generally, there's a couple different processes that have water or another fluid as a byproduct. When you do nuclear, you'll find that you've got sulfuric acid that's a byproduct as well. It's the same kind of issue. Generally, what I would advise you to do is to see if you've got plastic close by and you can put a constructor that makes containers and you've unlocked packagers, I would just take that water and get it through the packager and then sink it. It's a whole lot easier to manage a pump going into your machines than it is to try to manage both a pump and the excess water coming through. Just for an example, my aluminum factory that I decided that I would try to just balance the water instead of just package it. I had to take the math, and I had the water pump tuned at exactly what the excess water plus the water pump would give to the next refinery. And then I found that the refinery was shutting down because of excess water. I lowered the amount of water the pump was providing by 10, and then by 20, and then by 30, less than what the math said it would need. And I still, at that point, just barely got it to where it would run continuously. The math doesn't work out for some reason with the pipes. And so my recommendation, if you can, is just to package it and sink it. It makes your life a whole lot simpler if you can do that. If you can't, you've just got to work with it for a while until you get the pump fine-tuned to exactly what you need in order to get them to run continuously. Otherwise, they just keep shutting down because of not being able to get rid of the water out of the refinery. So, hope that helps, and let's go back to the game.
Okay. We do have one more here for you to take a look at.
Okay. All right. Say game. Okay. Vian says, Doc, I'm having burnout for this game, but really want to complete my save. I'm currently in the middle of phase 4. Need advice. If you're in the middle of phase 4, what you might want to do is you might want to go ahead and go out and just hunt Mercer spheres and slugs and summer sloops. That gives you a good diversion from the game, and it provides an excellent source of doing something different for a period of time. In the process, you can kind of revitalize and kind of get your head around what you need to build next. A lot of times burnout comes from your mind not wanting to wrap itself around the next complex item that you have to build. Not wanting to do the math, not wanting to, once again, figure things out in order to get it laid out properly, save enough space, all the mental minutia that goes with building the more and more complex items. So go out and do something else. I would also advise just go play another game for a little while. Revitalize yourself by just playing either something simpler or something that uses another part of the brain, something that's more entertaining, more laughs instead of just the grind. And you can simply just revitalize yourself so you can get back to the complexity. The end game is hard. It's not an easy progression to get through phase 4 to phase 5 and finish the game. It gets more and more complex. This game really, really challenges your ability to think through supply chains and to think through getting all the product to the end function where you can unlock phase 5 and save all the puppies and kittens. So just, do tactics that allow you to divert your mind a bit so that you can then come back fresh and do some more. And that's about all I can say at this point. So let's go back to the game.
Okay.
All right. I like my new little character there. Robert's got a whole bunch of new characters that he just hasn't implemented yet. So I'm going to go back to the ma'am here because I've just...
Well, on your way back, you can get yourself a treat because Alexi just redeemed Butterbeer.
Okay. Now, I'm low on Butterfingers. I'm going to go shopping after the stream today and get more Butterfinger. But I'm low on Butterfingers. So, unfortunately, I think I only have 2 left. So...
He's just saying this so he doesn't have to share.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
So...
Did I hit you?
Nope.
Darn.
Not even close.
I was trying to hit him. Prof Doc is great and earned a snack. Okay, thank you. All right, and of course Butterfinger is my favorite snack.
We have a first-time chat from Beaver Basher, who says, "Good morning. I just wanted to say I found you on YouTube. Been watching your videos for a couple weeks now, and they've helped mine and my buddy's world so much."
Okay, cool. I need 50 silica and I need 10 frames. So I am going to go over here to my crafting bench and I am going to make 50 silica. Then I'm going to go see if I can make 10 frames. It looks like I can. And I will unlock the Blade Runners and be able to run back to my factory to get the product I need, the stuff I need to make those miners. How many mini miners do I have on? I've got 34 mini miners. That's fine. Oh boy, I don't know how many of you remember the days when mini miners would not stack. Every mini miner that you held in your inventory took up a separate slot. It was so great when 1.1 came out and they allowed you to stack multiples in the same slot.
It's really nice. Now you can carry, casual 3,500 concrete in your inventory without worrying about it.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a couple more university questions when you're cleared and ready to go. And OBS is running, correct?
It is.
Awesome. So the radar has been updating, and it looks like the bad stuff is going to slip north of us. And the tornado warning is for Neosho County, which we're like
Just north of it.
We're right at the very edge of the warning, so we should be fine.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm never particularly worried about tornadoes. You have to get a really big tornado before the damage becomes really widespread.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to the university and answer another question. All righty. T.L. Hyken says, when do you use summer sloops for duplicating? I'm getting into high-tier items where 2 radio control units or 2 modular or fused modular frames is a big step over 1. Yes, that is true. Where I use summer sloops most definitely all the time is I use summer sloops when I'm duplicating the alien remains. So I process them into alien DNA and then process them into the DNA capsule. And I duplicate every step there because those DNA capsules really can't be used for much except unlocking a couple things in the MEM. And once you've done those, sending them to the sink gets you a lot of coupons. So that's one area that I always use them. If I've got a production facility that I can't just add more machines to, and I need to make sure that I don't double the inputs, so I don't want to necessarily overclock them, because that would mean I'd have to provide, I'd have to overclock everything all the way to the miner, basically, especially if I've just planned it for just what I was producing. I'll overclock that final step. I'll sloop that final step to make more quantity of the items. So I'll use them in different circumstances to help my production, just like the things that you've mentioned already in your question. So definitely, if you've got the resource, I would use them and I would put them in those machines to get you to the next phase. Then I'd go ahead and take them out and use them elsewhere when you need them. Unless you can just afford them, you've swept the map and you've got a whole bunch of them. And that isn't the case usually, but use them judiciously when you need them, and you can overcome some of those barriers pretty easily. So there you go. Let's go back to the game.
Okay, one more.
And one more.
And you better get this person's name right the first try.
First try, huh? Oh boy. Omenaman?
I think you got it right.
Okay. Hey, Doc. I'm in phase 4. Have just unlocked tier 3 miners and nuclear. I want to automate everything, but resources feel too spread out. How do you go about automating things with complex recipes? Use your transport system. Get a good transport system where you can transport those things over long distances. Excuse me. I have got a cat that's wrapped himself around the cords. Okay. So yeah, you've got to put together right along with those complex recipes, you've got to put in a more complex transport system to get the products that are all spread out in. I mean, one of those things is nuclear. You've got very few places where you can grab nuclear, grab the uranium from. So since you've got very few mines and they're not in the greatest of locations, they're either in caves or way up on high cliffs. You've got to have some sort of a transport system, either with drones or, oh, heaven forbid, you have to use trains to get them from the cliffs down to where you've got water and so forth. You can run your power plant. Drones tend to be what I've transported the uranium with, and that seems to be fairly effective in getting enough uranium. So as the complexity builds, your transport systems have to build in that same complexity, and then that allows you to get the product where you need it and where you can use it. So I hope that helps. Let's go back to the game. There's my guy here. Okay, I think I have what I need to go here and unlock that. I can now make blade runners. Yes.
So I had to.
Blade runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
Oh, lowered my value to fix it. Okay. It's all about increased value to fix it, of course. Okay, so I need more silica, and I can unlock more capacity to hold stuff. 6 more slots.
So I did some research,
Uh-huh.
or used AI to do some research, and it looks like the 1996 season really had to have been what I remember.
Okay.
It dumped around 20 inches in Marysville, where we lived, and it went from December 26th through 29th.
26th to 29th. So it was a day after Christmas storm.
Right. I don't remember missing school because of it.
Yeah, because the 26th through 29th would
Yeah.
have been when you were off.
And there was a bunch of flooding afterwards. There was an ice storm. There was everything else. But I remember that time. I remember us coming home to snow already be on the ground.
Uh-huh.
So I think there was another Christmas vacation we took
Yeah, maybe.
around there. I remember specifically playing, what was that game? Somebody in chat will remember it. PS1, It was a racing game. but it was specifically people blowing each other up. There was a really weird clown car in it.
Uh-huh.
Twisted Metal. I was playing Twisted Metal on the PS1 with my cousins.
Oh, no. With your cousins, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, they were playing and I was watching.
Uh-huh.
And they gave me the controller a couple times.
Yeah, of course. That's to be expected. All right. Well, I've unlocked doing that, and I need to create an equipment workshop in order to put an equipment workshop down here.
And Mega Meaty Mega Man asks, why did Albert Einstein just appear on screen?
Okay. Explanation, Robert.
When we were preparing for our Christmas episode, somebody made the suggestion that we should do a stop motion animation, like the old Rankin Bass cartoons, and that was the closest attempt I could get using cheap tech to make a little doll-looking thing from those cartoons. And then I thought it'd be funny if I made it wave and yeah, so whenever we change scenes, it pops up.
James Hughes Duckworth says, OMG, I remember Twisted Metal.
There you go. Somebody remember it.
Eternally Tired says, I just placed 20 murders and they were all misaligned.
Oh, I hate that. Put in a whole row of them, and then all of a sudden realize they're all pointed the wrong direction. I hate that. But I do it so many times. It's terrible. It's really terrible.
And Green Tea says, just wanted to say, Legend Doc, used your blueprints in my run, finally got tier 8 after a break, figuring out fluid pipes.
Cool.
Great tips on manifolds helped me a lot with scaling factories. Also do.
Fantastic. That's good. Help you enjoy the game. All right. I like running faster. Especially since
quite helpful.
all I can do is run at this moment. At this point.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the entrance to the cave.
Bacon says, I grew up with PC gaming. I missed most console games as a kid. Lived on adventure games and Doom for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were a PC family.
Yeah, basically because I was a PC guy. So I grew up with a PC XT as my first computer and continued from there. One metal fist. As a highlighted comment there.
He says, oh man, Twisted Metal. I remember that so clearly. When they revealed the live action stuff at E3 and Sweet Tooth showed up in person driving like a lunatic in his ice cream truck. It was unreal. The lights, the music, the clown stepping out like he escaped the game, peak chaotic energy. The moment was pure hype, an absolute madness in the best way.
Huh.
And a Chromateer also asked, does anyone know if they'll ever update the Satisfactory Plus mod pack? I found it right up after 1.0 came out, and I'm playing a Skyblock Factory mod, Satisfactory mod pack.
Interesting.
Well, Doc, in the middle of our stream, our recording died because our hard drive is full.
Oh, your hard drive is full.
The Stream PC hard drive.
Stream PC hard drive. So we are quickly changing things over. So just we'll be able to continue recording as soon as we're done.
Alrighty.
Looks
So-
like we need to get that RAID array up.
Yeah.
No, a RAID array doesn't increase your amount of space.
NAS. Fine.
Thank you. I've got a stupid fly that is buzzing around.
You fly, don't bother me.
And I watched some videos on 10-inch server racks. And I think a small 10-inch server rack might be good for organizing a lot of our network equipment.
There have been a lot of 3D printed server racks and stuff like that for mini stuff.
Yeah, some of the videos that I watched went over them. They're just not quite as sturdy as a metal-bodied one.
Yeah, of course not.
But we can 3D print them if we want to.
Well, Garrett, you're... Come on.
Steel pipes and frames.
Well, it's even the ones that we even the ones that you buy, you still mostly 3D print inserts for them.
Even the ones what you buy.
The 10-inch server racks, you'll still want to 3D print inserts for them to hold particular pieces of equipment.
Okay.
Here.
A 10-inch server rack?
Yeah. 10 inches wide. They're usually around a foot or two tall. And it's like, for the equipment that we have, we don't need much more than that.
Okay.
Well, at this point, we don't need... at this point, we don't have the hard drives populated. So,
Yeah, we could fix that pretty quick, though.
yeah.
But yeah, it would just allow us to put our network equipment and our NAS in a similar enclosure, as well as the little server that you want to build. Nice little enclosure that'll keep it all neat.
Okay.
Hey, Doc, we have a question from James Hughes.
Uh-huh.
You were using a set of stairs. Where do you find those in the Awesome Shop?
Oh. Yeah, you're talking about these architecture pieces here. Where do we find them in the Awesome Shop? Let me grab some frames here, and I'll go. And I will go and find them.
One Metal Fist says, did anyone else notice that the drills in Satisfactory look more like fluid or oil drills, not the kind used to extract solid iron or steel from the ground? I was looking at real mining drills yesterday, and the ones in game actually resemble oil or water drilling equipment. Am I the only one who noticed this?
No.
I have
No.
not looked at it.
I have not noticed that, no.
That's quite the interesting fact.
And Omen Omen says, you ever played Dyson Sphere Program?
I have it. I have it installed. I just haven't played it yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been negligent in my duty, obviously.
Yeah. Doc should absolutely play it. It's exactly the right genre.
All right. Where did it? Did I? Are we sure we unlocked that in the MAM?
It should be in the shop. It should be in the awesome shop.
We bought it in the awesome shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's look at the awesome shop out there. The awesome shop. Yeah, you end up buying them in the awesome shop. That's right. You go into architecture here, and I unlocked industrial walkways and modern catwalks. Those are the two here, and they were not all that expensive. I mean, they're like one. Well, they might be, 4 or 5, but they're not all that expensive to buy. So fire up your coupon generator there, and get your sink set up and get some stuff going in it, and get some coupons so that you can buy that. Okay, so you're moving items so that you can keep the stream PC recording, huh? Did you notice when it first stopped, or did you?
Yeah, it popped up an error.
Okay.
So
Did it finish the video so that you could?
yes, it completed it properly.
Okay, good.
Good. Yeah, it was just fine.
Okay. Oh, now that I'm at home base, I've collected the stuff to make the miners.
Okay.
I've got to do something beforehand, because you'll notice up in my upper right-hand corner that I have all 1,000 smart plates and all 1,000 versatile frameworks and all automated wiring ready to unlock the next phase. So let's go actually unlock the next phase. And unfortunately, because Mark said I had to build it up there, it is way up there. So I gotta go travel up the my rampway is up here.
And Valen Logan says one of the best parts of the game is launching space elevator parts.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love that graphic. Every time I get to do it, I like to watch it go up there and watch it build the new sections.
Bag of Holding says, I have a bunch of chainsaw noise behind the house as the power company is clearing trees around the power lines. That, or they're collecting biomass.
Oh, yes. We all need biomass for our fireplaces.
And James Hughes Duckworth says, the catwalk set. I'd seen the foundation stairs, but I never knew there were better ones in the walkways.
Yep.
Now, a couple of those you saw there were from Doc's. Excuse me. I have hiccups. Were from Doc's mods.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, all of those were vanilla.
Yeah, all those were vanilla that I have.
No, the ones that are in the shop that he has not purchased.
Oh, yeah, the others in the shop that were 5 coupons are from a mod, and that's I just need to get rid of that mod if I can. Okay, so the front of it here's the console, but oddly enough, here's the console, but you can go to any place of the space elevator and go to configure the space elevator. You get the same dialog box, which is really sad. They should make you go here. But anyway, so I'm gonna seal it. Phase 2. Alrighty. Okay, Ada's gonna do a whole bunch
Welcome to the
of
project.
I'm just gonna cancel that. And we're gonna send it. So back off. And watch her.
One Metal Fist says, just from plastic and rubber alone, I've already earned 56 tickets and it's still going up.
There you go.
I set the system so that if production overflows, the excess gets redirected into ticket production.
Phase 2 of project
Either the
assembly
leftover
complete.
heavy oil
We have
residue
been
from fuel
performing more
processing goes into a
adequately under
packaging
pressure,
machine,
and
and
perhaps
any
you were
surplus
right.
from that is also converted into tickets. Nothing goes to waste.
Nothing goes to waste. Yep. Isn't Ada the evolved form of GLaDOS?
Yeah.
And GLaDOS is from what game?
Oh, come on.
Portal.
Portal, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now we got more space elevator done. More interesting. Okay, so now we can go to the hub. And see, I like getting down a lot better than getting up. Because basically, I just drop.
Hey Doc, if you have a moment, Star Rupture just posted their early access roadmap with a listing of what they're looking to release in the game.
Oh, nice.
If you'd like to open that up and look at it, that'd be really cool.
Okay, where is it?
On Steam.
On Steam? Okay. Well, I will just let myself finish coming down, and I will open the Steam app here. And I have Star Rupture here. By the way, I was listening to the soundtrack yesterday morning. So
It's pretty fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's fun. Okay, so let's go down here to Star Rupture. And where is the roadmap, Robert? Wrong. I clicked the wrong place.
You scroll up a little bit. You usually go to Community Hub or Store Page. Well, it should be posted there. Sorry, I got it from their Discord, so...
Okay.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to step out for a second to calm down.
Okay.
I'll just drop the link in Discord for you, Doc.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like they posted it here in the community page. Although they've posted known issues that they're working on. The main known issues, anyway.
Okay,
So that's cool.
I sent it to you in Discord.
Okay.
One Metal Fist says, all that's left is finding a way to use the exhaust coming out of my fuel generators, and then it would be a literally zero waste system.
Yeah, it would. Oh, but they don't care about pollution in this game, unfortunately.
Not that pollution ever does anything.
Right. Okay. It must be in Steam somewhere because store.steampowered.com. So it must be there somewhere. So the early access roadmap coming in early access. More wildlife, like we need more wildlife. Okay. Custom game mode options with adjustable difficulty.
You want to zoom in a little bit?
I was getting there. New way to travel on map between bases. Okay. A codex, in other words, an encyclopedia. Yeah, that's needed. New buildings, new combat mechanics, new exploration mechanics. Okay. More map. That's always welcomed. New weapons, new resources, new buildings. Wow. A new forgotten engine.
I don't
That's
know what that
interesting.
means.
I don't know what that means quite either. New locations, points of interest. Well, what happens if I click there? No, but just shows me the picture.
We have not hardly touched
Yeah,
what the game is offering.
exactly.
So,
Exactly. And we have not seen this creature here. You know, if we zoom in
There's
a little
going
bit.
to be boss creatures, I'm sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen that creature yet. Better building mechanics. I did struggle a little bit with how to get things to connect and how to, you know, put things next to each other. I don't know if Garrett had that problem, but I did at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the building mechanics are not great.
Okay. So, quality of life, cargo dispatcher receiver rework. Okay, interesting. Co-op game balance. Not quite sure what that means. More accessibility options, improved key bindings. Yeah, that'll help. And accessibility options, dedicated servers. So they haven't got, in other words, ping players couldn't add this game yet to their servers because they don't have an option for that yet. So seeing that come up is good. So additional story elements, that'll be interesting too. So very cool.
There's one more section down below.
Down below, there's more section.
Oh, you just scroll past it. There you go.
A frost wave rather than a rupture. Okay. A new biome. End game. So it doesn't have an end game yet? Okay. More story elements and achievements. Okay. So that's coming in the 1.0 version, but I don't know how many pre-release versions they're going to have before they get to the 1.0. So they've obviously got a fairly robust roadmap. I mean, this is, wow. Once they get all of these things accomplished, then they can talk about the 1.0 version. And that's a lot of work right up here. So I'm looking forward to it. That'll be, that will be very, very interesting. Be excited to keep playing that one. So, okay, so we figured the catwalks and stuff. Hey, I need to go to the hub. Oop, the hub is this way. Need to go to the hub and need to go here and actually there. Well, I guess we need a jetpack to start off with, which means I need to make motors because I haven't made motors yet. Okay. And you get 3 more inventory slots. I'm always for more inventory slots. So we're going to select that milestone. And I need to go make a... Now that I've unlocked the Blade Runners, I don't need to necessarily go and work on the quartz so quickly. So I will go to my line that's already making the stators, and I just need to figure out where the stator line is. I think the stator line is right over here. Yes, that's my stator line. And right now the stator line is just going up to the space elevator and to make space elevator parts. So I will go ahead and deconstruct this and put a splitter coming out here. Right there. Okay. Let's put a splitter there. And there we go. Now I can build I'll build a motor line right here. I need stators, and let's see what else I need for motors. Hit the wrong key. Okay, need stators and rotors. Okay, now that I found my stators, I know where I'm going to make the rotor line. I need to go over here. Where are the... Okay. Yeah, the...
Teal Hyken says, my toxic personality trait is that if, whenever I need a little bit more plastic for a product, I have to create a full-blown recycled rubber loop setup to optimize the product of one oil node.
Uh-huh. Okay, it's down, because I use rotors in this particular process. So it's down 2 floors. I am going to go back over here. Have we got the recording going yet? Have you finished moving files?
I finished moving some files and see how much space we got.
Only
60 gigs.
not enough. All right, remind me, and I'll go to Amazon and get some.
Well, that's enough for a day's recording. So
Okay.
I can at least start recording again.
Okay.
Ugh.
Megamedi says, I saw a brief part of Tuesday's stream where you got cooked.
Where I got cooked. Yeah,
Good way to put it.
that's a good way to put it. I did get cooked, and was not able to get back to my body in time to rescue anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark is here, by the way.
All right. Hi,
He says,
Mark.
good morning, Doc. How's tricks on? Because Mark said so. You still working at height? You built anything new at the height 500?
Oh, absolutely. I built all the production for the last phase 2 parts up there. In other words, all of my production and we got quite a bit of rain going on outside. All the production for the versatile framework is up on the top floor. So, yes, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course he asked how me and Garrett are doing. And we're doing okay.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
Robert's getting healthy again, slowly. Slowly. Emphasis on slowly.
We're getting there. I am having a hard time keeping my eyes open, even though I'm playing a game and reading comments.
Hey, Comas, he says, have you heard of Star Rupture? It's pretty popular right now.
Yep. We streamed Star Rupture on Tuesday. Robert and Garrett and I playing all together on Tuesday. Had a lot of fun. And yes, I'm excited. And we just went over what their development roadmap looks like for pre-release, early release. And so the early release roadmap looks quite robust, which is really exciting. So, yeah.
And we'll keep on playing it.
And we will keep on playing it. Yes, that's the other point to me.
Yeah. It occurs to me that Star Rupture looked at Satisfactory and says, this game could use more monsters.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
I'm not all that excited about the monsters, but I'm getting better at that.
We'd also like to think that we contributed slightly to the popularity of Star Rupture.
Yeah, you think so?
I'd like to think it. I don't know how true it is, but and Megamedi says Star Rupture does look interesting. It's reasonably priced too. I don't usually go for early access games, but it looks okay.
Yeah. Oh, I like going faster.
Yeah, TLS, do you think the Star Rupture is worth picking up now, or should we wait till later, further in development?
That's really up to you. I thought it was worth picking up now, because I'll be able to grow with it. They've got a lot of content already there. And so it's very interesting. It's got plenty to do still. Plenty to learn the early mechanics of the game. So I picked it up now because I thought it was worth it. So
For $16, it's hard to go wrong.
yeah, no kidding.
Mhm. It's definitely providing more value than the price.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say about early access games is that I got Satisfactory in early access, played all the content that was available, and then was just done with Satisfactory after that. Even when they came back to the full release.
Really?
So yeah, I just.
Scorpio says, I played about 4 hours, pretty fun. It's not Satisfactory, but still fun. Reminds me more of Subnautica with some factory aspects. But oh man.
Yeah, that's probably exactly right. All right.
Yeah.
And there's the rotors brought up to the next floor, and let's see where they ended up on the next floor.
Right in the middle of a constructor.
Probably. That's usually my luck, you know.
And Lip Noodle says, $20 for more than 4 hours of entertainment. Better than going to a movie.
Yeah, there you go. Well, not in the middle of a constructor, Robert, and it's where I wanted to put my line.
Perfect.
Luck has befallen me today. Just a little bit of
Okay.
luck.
Is it just me, or am I misremembering? Did I come back and report what research said about the snowstorm when I was a
Yes,
kid?
you did.
I did. Okay, I can close that tab then. I don't remember these things.
Yeah, you're getting to be an old man like I am.
Oh, pfft. He wishes.
Well,
I will always prefer to be 25 years younger than you.
always and eternally.
So when I first looked at the radar, it looked like this storm was going to slip mostly north of us.
Uh-huh.
But it does look like we're going to be sideswiped a little bit,
Okay.
but not by a whole ton. It looks like likelihood of big storm is very, very little for us. We really would start seeing all the warnings right about now. So
right now, no. Mark is up to his old tricks again.
yep.
That does not say no conveyors. It says no conveyance, which means no.
I can't transport anything.
You can't. Yeah.
I think you're being a little
Guys.
technical there.
Guys.
I think we know what he meant.
Yeah. And Scorpio asks, are those backwards?
Or what backwards?
I don't know, but he asked if they're backwards.
I wanted the input over here and the output over here. That's what
Okay.
I've got.
That's what you got then.
I mean, it's a little bit squishy over here is the biggest problem I
Just a
have.
wee bit.
What? What?
Just a wee bit.
Just a
Squishy.
bit. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It wouldn't let me put an 8th one in there. Oh well. That's okay. It's the initial one. Okay, since okay, I need to collect motors, and motors are made.
Mark says, I'm trying to get on the naughty list.
You're trying to get on the naughty list. Well, hey, you've got a whole year to get off the naughty list.
No, I don't think he's aiming for that. I think he's
Oh.
perfectly happy.
Perfectly happy.
Scorpio, unfortunately, that background noise, that is the rain that has hit. It's gonna be around for another little bit, but
Yep.
we are gonna be re-roofing this place sometime. Mama Doc was just checking about that yesterday.
Okay, stators, and I need rotors.
Another 2 pounds. No manufacturing.
I can't build anything?
Oh,
That means even by hand?
looks like it.
Oh. You keep track of those times, Garrett.
Oh?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
suppose I should.
Absolutely, you should.
First one started at 10:18. Second at 10:20.
They're both starting right now.
No.
Doc,
Garrett.
there's a redemption for Productive Packer Deluxe.
No manufacturing? What is that supposed to
No construction. No building.
And then somebody wants me to waste my time with Productive Packer Deluxe. Okay, fine. Ah, missed it. Da, 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 da. Flora. What?
He's really pushing for that naughty list.
Okay, well, I've got to go play Productive Packer Deluxe because that has been ordered.
What does flora and fauna only mean? Does that mean that you can't walk on?
No, it's not about walking. It's about killing. It's about
Oh, you have to go and.
I have to go and hunt.
So that starts after you finish Productive Packer because, you know.
Okay, and I can try level 3.
Bacon says, this is why you need a doggo prison for when you just can't do anything. Mark has another donation when you did with this.
Can't get that.
Doc needs more Tetris lessons.
I'm plenty good at Tetris,
Oh, okay.
but obviously I'm not doing well this time. Darn it.
Hardcore.
Ah, 1185, that's good.
Yep.
Nice. By the way, Doc, I redeemed that. So thank you.
So you redeemed that. So I finished level 3. Level
Nice.
4 is where I got stuck last time.
No, okay.
Okay. Hard mode and go hunt flora and fauna. That doesn't match. That combination doesn't work.
Okay.
Turn
Turn on hardcore mode.
Pat is I says it's amazing how much bigger factories get when I enter the fuel stage.
Yes.
Thinking 2-layer 10x10 would be enough. Ended up building a 3-layer 30x30 factory just to make power, rubber, plastic, and turbo fuel. Yeah, Yeah.
One Metal Fist says, Doc, I've watched a lot of people play Star Rupture, and every time they die outside during a solar eruption, all their items are gone. It doesn't look like a bug or timing issue. It seems intentional. When you're killed by a solar explosion, you lose everything. No body, no loot.
Interesting. So that might have been why I couldn't get any loot off the body I did
Maybe.
find.
But I was able to retrieve my corpse with everything on it when I died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. Because when we played the playtest, I was able to do the same. Get my body with everything on it.
Doc, you're gonna have to just create a container and dump all your stuff because you do not have the space for this.
Exactly. I don't.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
I can't
turned
even
off the
build
chat.
a storage box.
Yeah, just build a full container. Pat his eye says, and my head aches just looking at tier 3 space elevator requirements. But Doc's YouTube videos sure help though, they're my saving grace.
Fantastic. That's why they're there.
Okay. We're picking leaves and hunting spheres, right?
No, flora and fauna. I can't even hunt spheres.
Well, no, it says flora and fauna only. So, you're good. He says, hardcore mode. Let's go hunting hard drives, trees, and grass collection. No manufacturing, no conveyance. You enjoy your game, Doc. Ner, 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 ner.
Max Murphy asks Mark, should I give up on reality and embrace VR?
Oh, live your life in a virtual reality world like Ready Player One.
There you go.
I love that movie, by the way. I need to go watch it again.
It was fun. Some would argue we already have.
Oh, crud. I'm getting beat on by a monster.
Why are you collecting biomass?
Because he was paid to.
Is that what that said?
Yeah,
Flora and
fauna
fauna.
only.
Uh-oh. Locked up.
Uh-oh. Did you crash your game, Doc?
I crashed my game. Just
Oh.
waiting for it to finish the crash.
Try to alt-tab out and stop your recordings real quick.
I'll stop my recordings.
Your whole computer's locked, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Look at Task Manager and see if I can just quit one at a time.
okay. Good. You should be able to go to OBS Studio then.
Right. Stop that recording and... Stop that recording. Okay.
Good. There we go.
So I was able to Alt-Tab out of it so I can just go ahead and stop the factory game here.
Factory Game Steam.
Versus factory game Epic. Okay.
Lexi says, oh, time to play Star Rupture, then Doc or Anna 117. Game's telling you it's done for today.
Yep, game's telling you it's done for the day. Oh gosh, we got so many good games to play now. Star Rupture, Anno 117. Gosh. People want me to play Portal and Dyson Sphere. Doc and Sons is gonna have a lot of content.
Alright, let's says, "Hey guys, I got horrible news."
Oh no.
What's going on?
What's going on? What's his horrible news?
AI is killing an open source project that's used way too much.
Yeah, you get garbage code if you keep on doing that.
Too many vibe coders.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I want to go way too deep into Max Murphy's comment. For a
Uh-oh.
second.
Doc's wiseness is rubbing off on me, but I will never join the nice list.
There was a book published in 1981, I believe it was in French originally, titled Simulacra and Simulation, which argued that modern society has moved away from understanding of reality entirely, in which we understand a simulation of reality, not reality itself. One example is, we don't know current events that are happening, we know what news has reported on current events. Okay? And then on top of that, we build our own version in our heads of what reality is, which is not observed reality, it's layered on top of other people's observations, which are layered on top of other things. And over time, we become more and more abstract from actual reality and actual understanding of the world, that we are no longer acting at all within anywhere near what reality is. And one way you can tell is when you look at political protests and you have two people who are yelling at each other and they cannot communicate whatsoever because they're two versions of reality they've both received from the news and from their niche online communities and whatever else are so vastly different that there's nothing in common before. They are not living in the same reality, the same universe whatsoever. VR is all of that, but literal. We're already living in VR. Look, what are you guys looking at the screen? You're looking at a guy playing a video game. This is not reality. None of this is real. I'm probably not real. You guys already are pretty sure of that.
And
So-
Robert has now confirmed that he is an AI.
Except no AI would say that, so.
No AI would say it doesn't exist.
Well, okay, one AI will say it doesn't exist, but anyway, there you go. There you go, Max. Step away from VR, go touch grass. Okay, Garrett, you can continue with what Megalith is saying. I think it's interesting.
He says he's talking. It's because AI is causing financial damage to the projects that they had to fire 75% of their employees because it almost sucked their entire little income. The project I'm talking about is Tailwind's CSS. So is AI just replacing this because AI is better? I don't quite understand what's going on.
Yeah, what sucked their income?
I mean, disruptive industry tech like AI will cause major income issues for companies, and it says AI is not better. This is a rendering library. Then you're gonna have to explain how AI has anything to do with it.
Unless it was a free service being provided and AI is depending on that free service. I guess that might make sense.
Sure. Then they terminate free support.
AI became too good at using Tailwind CSS, so people stopped using Tailwind's documentation, and so people stopped going to their websites. The website traffic dropped 80%. Okay. So they were ad supported on their website, and people stopped using their website because they didn't need their documentation anymore. Maybe.
they'll either find a way to support it, or support will stop. And
Well, I guess what needs to happen is proprietary information like that's contained and embodies the livelihood of those providing that information shouldn't be scanned by an AI to get that information.
well, that's
You know?
the hard part. It wasn't held as proprietary information.
Yeah, exactly.
You could access it for free.
Yeah. AI is exploiting loopholes that we didn't know existed because they work perfectly fine. Because our brains are not very good at processing or retaining really technical information, we had to go look that information up. Therefore, they were able to support their open source project through people being too dumb to remember things. Right? And therefore, now that AI can remember those things, it doesn't need the app. It was a poor incentive structure. But we need something, right?
Yeah. I don't like the terminology that AI is killing something or another. It's just every new technology creates new problems that have to be solved. And AI is not unique in this manner.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah,
It's
their monetization model is broken. They
yeah,
need to find a new
exactly. It needs to find a new. Creators have to find ways to get paid in an era where their stuff can be easily stolen by an AI who can regurgitate it easier. That's terrible.
And unfortunately, it might be by putting this particular CSS, so that's a code library, behind a paywall, which would suck for a lot of people, but that might be the temporary solution.
Hmm. Yeah. One Metal Fist said, "It's already happened before, and it'll happen again. Cars replaced horses, horse breeders disappeared, and horse-drawn vehicles became obsolete. Machines replaced people in car manufacturing. The cycle
Yeah.
is repeated throughout history. Technology reshapes work. Old roles fade, new ones emerge. History doesn't stop, it just keeps repeating itself."
Yeah, but how do you solve the problem that creators will have of
Of what?
of getting paid for their work?
Shakespeare got paid for his work.
Yeah, it looks like you have to have private people that are willing to develop and
Yeah.
keep
Well,
it proprietary. It's going to shove people into the proprietary loop rather than the, oh gosh,
You're about to die, Doc. One
Yep,
more
I
hit
am.
and you're gone.
I'm going to chase this thing down. Oh, I'm not. Oh, get off the screen. Stop it. I accidentally gripped my mouse too tight. There he is. Where is that guy?
Limp says
He keeps
maybe-
on
Oh!
He keeps on hitting me from the backside for some reason.
Limp Noodle
Okay,
says maybe
am I
it's-
done?
You know?
Am I done with the fauna and flora thing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Mark. That was fun to watch.
That was.
Limp Noodle says maybe millions of artists aren't needed anymore. Maybe only thousands.
There's a similar industry that's having problems, and this is something I like to look at just because it's not dealing with AI, but has the same problem. I love 3D printing, and we have multiple 3D printers, and Doc and I have been upgrading our printers over and over, and I'm very upset that his he currently has the most expensive printer in the house, or
And
the
the
best
one-
printer in the house.
And the one that prints the nicest at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, but there's been a big problem with, you know, I love Prusa printers. I think they've done some wonderful stuff, but there's a problem in that you can get their technology, which they built on the RepRap model, which is an open source model, and then other companies are coming in and making barely any modifications and building their own printers and selling them.
And making it proprietary.
And I'm talking specifically about Bamboo Labs, who has the best printers on the market right now. Partially because they're just taking and tweaking. The other thing is that because we're a global market now, they're taking advantage of their extremely low labor costs by comparison, especially to the EU. And Prusa is based in the EU, who has the highest labor costs in the world. And so when you look at a Prusa versus a Bamboo machine, Prusa's brand new offerings that they have, I think, are going to be better than Bamboo Lab. But if you want to buy a Bamboo printer for in the hundreds of dollars, or a Prusa printer in the thousands of dollars. Prusa will be 2 to 3 times more expensive. And what that means is the only way for Prusa to win is to go proprietary. They can't be open source anymore, and they have to close things down. They are really fighting against it. They really don't want to. And there's a lot of other companies who are really fighting against it too.
And our entire society will be poorer if they do.
Yeah.
But it's Bamboo is taking advantage of the fact that Prusa is acting like it's part of a trust-based society, a high-trust society, and we're not a high-trust society anymore, and that really sucks.
And what that does is that kills projects like Tailwind CSS. It kills projects like RepRap, right? Mm-hmm. And it really, really stinks. And I'm really sad. I'm really, really excited to see Prusa's new stuff. The fact that they're continuing to innovate. I hope beyond hope that it will continue forward and we'll continue to see open source stuff. But that can only be done if people act against their own short-term self-interest and buy expensive machines.
Yeah. And there are only so many people who will see value in that. Or have the extra capital to
Yes.
invest it that way.
Have the capacity to, yeah. Mark says, if you look at history itself, there have been 3 major builds of countries getting to the point of no return, only for them to lose out in the end. And they're saying that the USA is the next in line to fall. In the past, it was Spain that rose and fell within a quarter of a century, and then the British, which fell to globalization, and the fall of the USSR becoming just Russia. Next in line is the United States to become... Yeah, is the United States.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but
Unless we do something about it.
the only way, or in the end, the reason that we fail is because we ignored the problems and didn't solve real problems.
Yeah.
In essence, corruption.
Iron Rod.
Yeah.
Do I have to go hunt down more Mercer spheres so that I can unlock dimensional depots?
Gosh, you don't have any?
I have a couple, 2 or 3, I think.
What Metal Fist says, if we talk about 3D printing, the future of space may be printing entire metal spacecraft.
Absolutely.
That could replace many traditional jobs like welding, machining, and assembly. But that doesn't mean the technology should be stopped. It means we need rules, retraining, and new ways to work with it. The goal isn't to erase people, it's to adapt society to new tools.
Yeah. But the challenge with 3D printing in space is the simple fact that a lot of times the ingredients to print 3D printing in space would be heavier to haul up there than making it down here and sending it up. And it's more of a weight issue. The individual products, of course, are going to be, they'll take up more volume because they're not, compact. So the question ends up: do we build a heavy lifting rocket to take the ingredients up there, or do we build the pieces down here and take the pieces up there?
I think that we're
not
always
sure.
going to be limited in how much we can do as long as we are building everything from Earth.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that we can surpass that and actually build things in space, the amount that we can do will skyrocket.
Yeah. There we go.
We do have first-time chat from Antropolid, who says hi.
Hi there.
Been playing Satisfactory is a valuable experience. How long have you been pushing that game till satisfaction? Oh.
Oh gosh. I've been playing Satisfactory now probably since the beginning of January, seriously. So,
Beginning of January 2 years ago?
did we start the channel? Yeah, we started the channel in 2024, so I've been playing it about 2 years now then.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. I have 2 Mercer Spheres at this point.
Okay. Well, that's something.
Let me go see what I think I unlocked the beginning of that chain.
Nye says, maybe
Yeah,
if we could
I
bring...
unlocked that piece of it, but I need to do the reanimated Sam and the Sam fluctuator before I can get down to the depot down here.
Nye says, if we bring resources from space, maybe we won't need to bring them into orbit from Earth.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, space mining.
yeah, space mining the lunar surface and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
frankly, NASA's been pretty tight-lipped about what resources they found when they brought the rocks back in the 1970s. So, kind of makes you wonder what
that
is
would be
available up there.
National security secret.
Yeah, right.
Could be.
Yeah, right. I hate things being blamed on national security interests. National
never
security
know.
interests can cover a multitude of sins,
WTV Joy says, I know it might be random, but can I ask a question that's not related to Satisfactory whatsoever?
Sure. I don't mind having random questions.
And Knifey Bennett says, it's the biggest conundrum in rocket theory. For every pound of weight requires X amount of fuel, and the fuel weighs X amount, so you need the fuel to account for the weight of the fuel. It's wild.
Yeah. You gotta account for both.
Yeah. Which is why I think that for the most part, when we get to be a civilization that travels space consistently, for the most part, most spaceships won't ever touch Earth. Won't ever touch the ground because it's not worth it. It takes too much fuel to do.
Joe Cheval says, they've been tight-lipped about what they found because we've never actually been to the moon.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Started that discussion, right?
They said joking, of course. But yeah.
I know it was true because I saw it on TV.
Why hasn't Elon Musk sent a rocket to the moon? Even if it just for vanity.
Well, they're working on it. But he wants to send enough for a whole base. He doesn't want to just send a rocket to the moon. He wants to build up there.
You gotta take a lot of trips to the moon before you can think of setting up a base. Right?
Not in Elon Musk's plan. Literally, he's planning to do it on his first venture there.
That's insane.
Oh gosh.
Bad Xerox says, I discovered your channel one day when I wanted to learn about how pipes and liquids work. I liked your videos.
Cool.
Okay, Joy has posted the question.
Okay.
So for the last few years, I've been dealing with panic disorder and agoraphobia, which is the fear of leaving the house. And I can't leave my house at all, and when I do, I go a few streets away and I get a major panic attack. I've been trying to fix it for so long, but I want to know if anyone has ever had any similar experience or advice about panic attacks and such.
I have not had that experience. And I feel for you. I mean, that's got to be really challenging to deal with.
I mean, I've had panic attacks before, but not very many. Not enough that I would feel comfortable giving advice on how
The only things I could say would just be the things you've probably heard 100 times before. So. And Joy says, I'm so happy you've not had that experience at all. They are not fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would be.
And Joy says, I understand. Thank you for allowing me to ask the question anyway. I appreciate it. Thought I'd shoot my shot.
Sure.
Man, this rainstorm has gone on for quite a while.
Yep.
One thing
We're about halfway through.
Okay. One thing I've learned about most storms in Missouri is that they come, they drench you, and then they move on. And you know, most of the time they move on fairly quickly. But this one has not moved on quickly.
So, one Metal Fist, back on, the important things, said, we know what the moon is made of. Mostly silicate rock, with iron and smaller amounts of other elements similar to Earth's mantle. The leading theory is that the giant impact hypothesis, a Mars-sized body collided with early Earth, and debris from Earth's outer layer formed the moon. This is why the moon lacks a large iron core and closely matches Earth's composition.
Okay.
I mean, but without NASA saying exactly what they found, that is, to some degree, speculation. I know that we can do spectral analysis, but that'll only tell us the composition of the surface of the moon, unless they were able to analyze the rocks directly, which doesn't sound like NASA was willing to allow.
I really don't know. Okay, Mark has another donation, Doc.
No.
A color change. Red and black.
Red and black?
Yep, the
That's
Freddy Krueger look, he calls it.
The Freddy Krueger look? Is that what you called it?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let's get
I'm
over here.
Ricky now.
Okay, come on. So red is the main one.
Yep.
So I can just take this and paste it up here.
There you go.
And black is just zeros or something.
The third slider, just slide it all the way down. There you go.
Yeah, it's just zeros. Okay, does anybody remember the colors that went in here?
No.
I think Lexi provided them.
Oh boy.
Okay.
There we go.
Maybe says set the slider to 999.
Oh.
Make it some nuclear glow right there.
Which slider is that?
I think the third one.
This one?
The third one on the bottom. You have to type it in. No, so
Not there.
to the right of the slider, the number to the right of the slider.
Okay. We're
It's not
making it.
black though.
It's not black, so select it just to see what happens, and then we can change it back.
Does make everything a lot lighter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, he says it works best for tier 6 belts for glowing and lights and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
Yeah, set it back to black, that's what was paid for.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Doc, can you restart your recording? Because we got a question from call sign Wolfman,
Okay, let me just get this.
who I believe is one of our top questioners.
It might just be. We never actually counted them.
No, we have not.
All righty. Let's see what
Is
he has to
OBS
say.
running on your computer?
It is not. Sorry. With my back issues, I have not been sleeping as well.
Oh, Mark is saying make it shiny, Doc.
How do we do that? I'm
Go-
trying to start the second OBS recording. It's just... there
I
it
think
goes.
he's changing his
request.
his request.
Okay. Somehow it says for Mark we missed his question.
Yeah, we have another question for him just before this one, so
From him?
we'll get to that as
Okay.
well
Okay.
when you're ready.
Alrighty, yeah, I can... I just gotta move my keyboard out from under my cat's head. She's
We need to get that
sleeping.
cat bed.
Yes, we need to get that cat bed. Okay. Alright, call sign Wolfman asks, any tips on pipes when making different levels for each factories, like for fuel, generators, or pipes for other builds? You just have to really be careful where your pumps are. If you're having to take the fuel upward, you just need to make sure those pumps are, every 10 meters or so, because that's about all the lift you'll get out of a pipe. So, out of a lift. So, check when you put the pipe on there. The blue rings that go up the pipe will tell you how high the lift will be when you put that pump on there, and just make sure you put enough pumps on there to get a good full pipe at the top. Once you accomplish that, you shouldn't have any problem with the pipes, just making sure that you stay within the 600 or 300 Mark II or Mark I flow requirement there. As long as you stay under both of those requirements, you should be just fine when you pump up to a high area. It's just a matter of, just like doing a water tower. You just have to have enough lifts to get it up to the top, and then you should be fine. All right, let's take it back to the game.
Okay, one more question from Mark.
Okay, Dana SY says, is it best to tear down old building when the mega mall is ready once everything has been transported, or would you leave it be, only to demolish it at a later stage? I tend to leave my factories the way they are and just build additional capacity elsewhere. There are times when, of course, you're using a conveyor line that the factory where you've put it originally is just, you can take a whole lot more there than what you could when you first build it. In that case, I'd tear them down and move them. But I would leave them as long as they're not draining resources that you could use elsewhere, and continue to use their level of production. And that's kind of the way I approach things. I don't destroy things unless I really need to for efficiency's sake. Because you've got something already built, it's already producing something. I tend to leave it unless it needs to be destroyed so I can make something much bigger. And it's in the way of doing that. So, hope that helps. Let's go back. All right, I am now red and black. And I just need to hook up the other part of this manifold, which is over here. All right. Okay. Now that should start. Yes, it start moving stuff into these. Okay, now I got to get power to these things. Where am I going to draw power from? And the... Okay, I already put power through the middle here. That one already has power, but that has no more power poles.
By the way, everybody, the background noise which you heard when Doc was doing the university segment, and it's calmed down mostly now. That unfortunately is some rain. We have a very loud roof. It should be subsiding mostly for the rest of the stream. We'll get a few moments where it's kind of bad, but we appreciate you guys sticking through the bad audio issues.
Yeah. And it's just noise that we can't filter out as effectively.
And somebody asked who the other voices on stream are.
All right. Well, this is a Doc and Sons production, basically. It is Gaming with Doc was the original game, but original channel name, of course. But the other two voices are my sons. Robert, say hi.
Hi.
That's the voice you hear. He's my editor and has been my editor for well over 3 years, almost 4 years now. Well, probably since 2020, 5 years.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years now.
Yeah.
Had that era when all of Doc's classes he was teaching went online.
Mm-hmm.
I started editing for him for those classes.
And that's where he cut his teeth on learning how to edit and do the great things that he's doing now.
I actually bought him his first editing PC.
Yep.
I'm the second son.
Yep. Can't forget both of them. That is Garrett.
We were doing a bit of a fun channel at the time, and as part of that, I bought him a game, not a gaming PC, an editing PC. So a lot of crossover between the two.
Yeah. There is a lot of crossover. Okay.
Garrett's channel was a whole lot of fun. We did a bunch of skits and stuff, but it was one of those crafting type channels where he made cool crafts, and then we did some skits along with it. It was a lot of fun, but Garrett was not a theater kid growing up, and I knew very little about editing at that point, and so it was very rough.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's one description for it.
yeah.
It was fun though. So I certainly don't regret the time that I spent working on it.
Yeah, me neither. It was a lot of fun. We both learned a ton. And, yeah. Someday we'll kind of revisit that story and see what other stories we can tell.
Yeah. We've actually discussed that several times.
Yep. Joe Cheval says, so now it's gaming with Doc and Sons. Nice to meet you guys. Who showed gaming to who? Or has Doc always been a gamer?
Doc was busy with his profession until I retired. So I really didn't do any gaming until I had more time to put to it. So realistically, I have only been gaming for full time really for 2 years.
He's a full-time gamer.
Is that how that works? This one still does not have any rotors. I need to figure out why the rotors aren't making it to here. The stators are. But I probably missed
Probably
putting
just the end of a manifold.
No, they've had plenty of time. And these stators aren't here. I bet you I don't have the conveyor belts between them. I've got them into the first. You'll probably see the rotors all at one end and the stators are at the other end.
So I originally shared Satisfactory with Doc a couple years ago, and he was still a year or two out from retirement, and he played it for a day and had fun with it, and but just didn't have the time. But when retirement came, as it does for everybody, he decided to take advantage.
Yep. Take advantage. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah, if you guys watched the original Update 8 series that Doc made called A New Beginning, it was pretty fun watching Doc go from not play this game whatsoever to where he's at.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, there's just... Okay, come on. Up here. Yep, there's just no conveyors between them. Just hadn't got that far yet.
Mark says, Robert, did you figure out a way around gifting, like away from the current methods where they take a big percentage of the funds?
That is another thing we've got to seriously
It's something we're working on, yeah.
work on.
So, no, unfortunately, haven't fixed it yet, but luckily Doc's put in some good time working on some on things like that over the last couple of days, and he should have a good update for everybody soon. And Lexi says, "Oh, Doc, such a shame. You're not building seal rotors. Since then you would only need one mat for stators and rotors, making an easy motor factory."
Can you pick something else there, Mark? I've run out of Butterfingers.
I'll take the fruit snacks. How about that?
Fruit snacks?
Not beans.
Oh.
Fruit snacks. Yeah. Oh, no. I don't want a health bar. Ew. No, that's better, but... Ugh. What are you putting in this thing, Doc?
This is supposed to be a candy jar.
It's a candy bar.
The bars that... We got Harry Potter snacks.
There you go. I'll take some of those.
Yeah, send me one of those as well.
You got a Butterfinger, Dr. Garrett.
Yeah, like this morning.
Yeah.
And I get
That was so
I get
long
the
ago.
last Butterfinger.
Oh, okay. That was so long. Callsign Wolfman says he'll take a Three Musketeers.
Okay.
Oh, I love those too.
Yeah, they're great.
And Nestle's Crunch Bars.
Nestle Crunch is great too, yeah. Mark says, Doc, just give him the first one you get out of the jar. And Kaizen's here. Says, how you doing today, guys?
Doing great.
Just ain't nobody laying a finger on his Butterfinger. Yeah.
All right, I need 50. Then I'll go collect some cables and some plates. I've already got plenty of plate here, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8.
There is no inventory size that's big enough for Doc.
No. Definitely not. Okay, I need cable, and I need a little bit more.
And here comes the moon again, or the... Pull up over chat. Here comes the rain again, so it's going to be really loud for a second. We now have a severe thunderstorm warning
Okay.
for the next 30 minutes. We are in the worst of it.
All right.
Kaizen says, I didn't know you were using AM band radio to stream. I know, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely what it sounds like. Okay. There we go. Settle down a little bit. All right. I need to find...
Oh, I've actually been looking into networking over radio recently. Pretty interesting stuff.
What is this? I've got an awesome sink. Pushing through the bottom. Oops. All right, where did I put my plate factory?
One Middle Fist says, you don't need NASA alone to know what the moon's made of. Lunar meteorites have reached Earth naturally after asteroid impacts,
Oh,
and many countries study them.
okay.
Also, astronauts from multiple nations, not just Americans, have analyzed moon samples. The moon's composition isn't a secret. It's been studied internationally for decades.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
What? You don't believe it?
yeah, I'm still skeptical.
What's there not to believe?
First off, again, all these lunar asteroids are still only coming from the surface of the moon. It's not telling us anything about what's underneath the surface at all.
See, I'm joking. Garrett's serious.
Yeah,
I am a bit serious. I'm
dead serious even.
We all know that NASA is a secret society established by Harvard in the year 1620.
Was that a comment or what you're saying?
No. Did you say that?
I said that.
Dear. Add to this conspiracy theories. Come on.
Look, the term conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory made by the CIA, okay? To label dangerous ideas they didn't want anybody to know about. Mega Beanie Bacon Man asks, how many dismantled crates are too many? I've got 139 currently, and I turned off merged dismantled crates in the settings so I can continue to generate more.
Oh.
What?
Well, if the goal is to generate more, there's probably an infinite number you could generate. That's too funny. We're going to unlock this next tier.
Why would you go and do that? Not unlocking next year. That's fairly self-explanatory, but leave crates all over the place.
Milestones
Because he's
reached.
Mega Meaty Bacon Man.
Set
What
has
can you say?
granted the power
Oh, okay, that's my.
provided
Okay,
you have a
never mind.
jetpack and the appropriate fuels.
He's doing what
The
Bacon
jetpack
does.
refuels automatically while you are standing on a
Make a
surface,
mess
and
everywhere?
different fuel
It's-
types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels
Splatter
previously
painfully.
unheard of.
All right, I'm going to jump to Logistics Mark IV so that I can get the conveyor and the Lift Mark IV. And I need rubber to do that, which means I've got to choose oil processing so I can be able to get rubber to do that. So I guess I can't go to Logistics Mark IV until I do this one. So I am making all of these products, so it's just a matter of collecting it. So I will go a collecting.
Look at all these science believers in chat. Sheesh.
All these science believers.
Yeah. Look at these science believers.
Is that
What
a
ridiculous people.
I'm
that
not saying that moon rocks haven't been analyzed. I'm saying the idea that we have a comprehensive understanding of the composition of the moon is still just it takes a lot of faith in various systems to claim that.
Okay. A lot of faith in various systems to say that. Interesting.
Also, if somebody found valuable information, they wouldn't put it out publicly. They sell it to the highest bidder. Especially if they're going to the effort of acquiring a moon rock, which is not an easy thing.
The biggest question is, like playing Satisfactory. In order to make certain things, you have to have certain materials and raw goods to make it. The big question is, can we build a viable manufacturing plant on the moon that has both the resources and then the resources it takes to make the products? Like fuel, if we need to smelt something, or, the various other things that you need to manufacture. Just kind of makes me wonder how much is available on the moon to actually, make something viable.
Fortunately, there are a lot of things that can just straight up be replaced by electricity. And since there's no atmosphere on the moon, it means that solar works really well.
Okay.
So, power generation is not a problem for a moon-based.
Okay. Until you have the long lunar night. Now, does the same side of the moon face the Earth at all times?
Yes.
Well, I wonder who worked that out. In other words, I wonder who... Okay, pipe. I don't have enough pipe. And I don't quite have enough of that either. And how long until the pod returns? Oh, a few seconds. So I can unload a lot of stuff out of my bags. And then go get what I need.
Now he says, for me, it'd take a lot of faith to look at all the technology we're using and believing that we can't figure out from that what the moon is made from. We have so many tools: sonars, seismic detectors, lasers, spectrography, and more.
Uh-huh. All right.
Can I
let's see.
agree with you and not be happy about it?
I guess. All right. I need to go get some pipes and some copper sheets, and then I can return. And copper sheet I will find out here. I got a little copper sheet plant out here.
Very nice.
I
And
was,
Wolfman, of course, is absolutely correct.
yeah,
The moon is made from cheese, of course. He asserts.
exactly. Everybody knows that.
Yep. Kaizen says, I also find it wildly interesting that the visual aspect ratio of the moon to the sun is very nearly 1-to-1. The chance of being so close is wild.
The visual aspect, like when you have a lunar eclipse, I'm sure is what he's talking about.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
just
will-
the size of the moon and the size of the sun in the sky are very close.
Yes.
Even though we know that they're wildly different.
Yeah.
And the interesting part too of what you was just talked about is the moon faces the Earth during its entire orbit in the same manner. That kind of amazes me as well.
Hmm.
Whoops.
To think that all happened by random chance.
Sure. I don't think there's much random about the universe. I'm sure it was kind of planned that way, folks.
Nye says, in space, extremely rare incidents happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Kaizen, yes, that's what it's called. The tidal locking is the term for seeing the same face of the moon at all times.
Okay. Okay, I am back at the hub, and I have the stuff that needs to finish this off. Oh, I didn't go get the pipe.
When you think of how
Ah,
extremely rare things happen all the time, you have to realize how much space it takes for each one of these extremely rare things. And then you have to remember that each one of those extremely rare things is downright an everyday occurrence when it comes to the idea that life might spontaneously come to exist.
Speaking of extremely rare events, I think it was a Vsauce video, or one of the offshoots, that talked about somebody who got convicted of a crime they didn't commit. And what it came down to was the chance of... They applied math wrong. And the prosecutors basically said, look, the chance of somebody with this description who did these things, who was in this spot, who did whatever else, is so astronomically low, there's absolutely no possible way that anybody else could have done this besides this one person. And they got convicted. The problem is that they got the math entirely wrong, and instead of looking at what's the chance that there are two identical people in this spot, you know, that are the same in all these different aspects when you look at a large enough scale, the probability that there's two people that are functionally identical is 100%. It's just going to happen when you have that many people living that many lives. But the prosecutors looked at it, but what's the chance that this one person was identical and this one thing happened? And so in getting the math wrong, they wrongly convicted somebody that was later overturned.
the conviction was later overturned.
Yeah. But it was entirely based on person of the right age, right physical features, right gender, all that stuff, being in the right place at the right time, Well, it had to have been them.
Well, the right place at the wrong time, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So, I can make rebar. I made rebar now. I've got 4 containers full of rebar. I didn't have what it took to make a full-size container, so I made 4 regular containers. Okay. I need to go tell what I'm going to do next here. Now I can go ahead and do Logistics Mark IV, because I can go make some rubber, which means I need to go find an oil mine, oil deposit, whatever they call it in this game. Okay. I'm bringing a lot of coal from over there, and I'm not using very much of it. I watched Mega Meaty Bacon Man's guide to Infinite Nudge again. That is so funny. If you haven't watched it, go watch Mega Meaty Bacon Man's guide to Infinite Nudge. It's hilarious. But it illustrates the fact. Oh, thank you for the view. You bet. One of the things it illustrates in there is that you can take a miner, put it on a mine, hit H, and then move it wherever you want. And so he has it moving all the way through a forest. It's so funny, and literally you could move it anywhere you want on the whole map if you're patient enough and, keep hitting the arrow keys, which means you could put all of your oil extractors in a factory for several mines and then run your entire, operation in one location, which isn't the way the game was intended to work, Mega Meaty Bacon Man, but efficient functioning trains soon. Oh, great. That ought to be funny, too. Oh, anyway. So, I need to find oil. So let's go search for oil.
So Wolfman wonders if
Oil
somebody could
over
make
that
the
direction.
USS Enterprise in Satisfactory.
Somebody has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ought to Google it.
They posted it in a previous showcase of ours, even.
Did they ever finish it, though?
Oh, that's a great question. I have no idea.
Or you could try making the star crust on the fries.
That's your job, Garrett.
That's my job.
All right. I have a feeling I know where I'm going.
That is the ship from my book and an obvious play off of Starship Enterprise.
What are you talking about? It's a completely normal, brand new IP.
Yes.
Definitely not a rip-off of anybody else.
No, not at all.
There it is, right there. It's an impure node, doggone it. But it's just in close location to my factory, which means even this impure node will allow me to make plenty of rubber. All right, that means I should be able to go here to production and put an oil extractor on this puppy, except I don't have enough motors.
There we go. And Mega Meaty
And you
Bacon.
complain about me not using all of my bags, and I still don't have enough motors in my bags.
Maybe you'd have
You
room for motors
turkey.
if you didn't have 3,000 concrete.
I need concrete to build buildings and foundations.
3,000 concrete to build buildings?
I was building a lot of buildings when I stocked up. at the time. Okay.
Oh no, Valen says it's the motor shortage of 2026.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's 2026. It was so funny. I was sitting in my living room, and I still vividly remember sitting in my living room the New Year's of 2020 or 2000, waiting for the world to end because they had predicted that elevators were going to crash and computers were going to fail and banking systems were going to go just bonkers. And none of it ever happened.
That's crazy. The experts were wrong?
Yeah, the experts were very wrong.
I call that proof that the moon isn't real. The experts are wrong.
Okay. That's called taking very few data points and turning it into a conclusion
Ah, come on.
with non-generalizable data.
Non-generalizable. See, Wolfman says, I always make sure to have the components before I head out to build a factory.
Yeah, every time, I'm sure. I never make a mistake.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I would love to build with him if he never makes mistakes. That would be good.
Mark says, there's something for the AI to build. Let's get it to build a Klingon warbird or a Kaizen cruiser from Star Trek Voyager.
Ah.
A warbird would be fun.
Yes, a warbird would be definitely fun.
Not in Satisfactory, though.
I do love this area for its abundance of certain resources like slugs.
And Mark says, and get Mr. Pinky Creature Man to build a Borg ship, all working inside of him.
Yeah, no chance.
First
There's
off.
no that would take me a decade.
Welcome back.
I would actually like to get the schematics for the Battlestar Galactica and build it.
I've actually... Okay, I would rather design it in a 3D modeling program and print it, you know.
Ooh, that would be fun too.
Yeah. A lot of people have already done the... You okay, Garrett?
What happened?
Okay. People have already done Battlestar Galactica and they're selling models of it.
Uh-huh.
Which would be like, then I'm just duplicating their effort, but actually modeling it would be fun, you know?
Yeah, that would be fun. What? Yeah.
Okay. Context behind Valen's comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there context?
Yes, there is. It's been a thing on X where people have commented on images and said, oh, look, this person posted a selfie. Redress them in less appropriate clothing. Okay? And it's been done. Now, there is, I don't know if it was a law that was passed or something that was, at least here in the US, that's doing that to create illicit images is not legal. Okay?
Okay.
During this whole thing, people were very upset because, unlike a lot of other AIs, Grok is a lot less moderated. And it's one of the few publicly available, easy to use, you know, something you don't have to go to Hugging Face to get. Models that'll do it. And so Elon responded, or somebody responded to that by putting Elon in a bikini. And he responded laughing about it. So, At least he's a good sport. But
what?
yeah, he did put out a statement then that yes, that X and Grok will be banning users who create that kind of content that would be illicit and illegal. So
Yeah. Well, because you can ruin people's careers by putting something out, and huge groups of people will just believe that that's a real picture.
yeah,
They won't question it, which is wrong, of course. We need to question everything we see on media nowadays.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
I also don't blame people for not having their guards up every moment of every day. You know,
Exactly.
it's like
We shouldn't have to, but yes, we do have to.
Yeah. Well, the internet is an inherently dangerous place, and a lot of people don't act like it is.
there are a lot of efforts to try to tame the internet, and unfortunately, I think they're kind of sort of winning.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I don't think that the internet should be tamed. I think that it should remain dangerous, and for those who take it seriously. And it's just like, social media is dangerous
Yeah.
for people who don't understand what they're doing with it. And there's no way that you could change there's no way that you could change that.
I have a hard time wholeheartedly agreeing, because I think it's hard to draw a line from dangerous, illegal versus dangerous, buyer beware, right? For example, let's say a terrorist cell organizes and plans attacks on the internet. Okay, that needs to be illegal, right? Versus somebody says mean things on the internet. That should be legal, generally, at least from a U.S. free speech sort of point of view. I think it's very hard to be black and white on that. Valen said, I got an ad during the bikini AI explanation. Did the joke work, or am I in the doghouse?
Did what?
Did the joke work, or am I in the doghouse?
Oh, it worked.
It worked.
It worked. It was funny. I need to take a short break, Robert.
We're also not people to hate me because you made a joke.
Yeah. All right. Robert, will you take over the stream for just a bit?
Sure, give me a sec.
Maybe do GeoGuessr or something?
Yeah, let me pull up some
Or show what you're actually doing.
I'm like GeoGuessr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Okay, Doc, we'll see ya.
All right. I'll be right back.
Of course, he says this right as the rain stops, right?
I was waiting for the rain to stop.
Okay. What Metal Fist says, don't forget that there is the dark web, encrypted networks and messaging apps where people move information quietly. Not everyone there gets caught. Usually the ones who do are the ones who talk too openly. Even though companies and institutions monitor these spaces, things still slip through the cracks sometimes.
Yeah. I hate calling it the dark web. It should have more general use than just that which is illicit.
Well, it does, because that's where all corporations are, right?
Sure. Yeah.
There's tons, like, I think it's something like 80 to 90% of the dark web content is perfectly legitimate.
Yeah. So technically, my server is the dark web.
Yeah.
Because it's not connected to an outside network. It's not addressable through the general internet. My server is the dark web. and my server would be connected. When they do all those analysis, they'd include my server, saying, "Look at all the evil things that are being done." My server's 2 days old. It has a Minecraft client on it. That's it.
So I don't think that your server is not currently exposed to the internet, therefore it's not part of the dark web yet.
Sure.
Yeah, dark web is unaddressable but exposed. Or at least not
But
part of the DNS system.
I do intend to connect to the internet as soon as I can figure out how to do so safely.
Yeah. This is one of those that I'm not sure about, guys. I know it's somewhere down here, just because of the fauna.
There are fearmongers that really want to convince you that the dark web is some evil
Right
thing.
there.
And yeah, evil people do use the dark web to do bad things. But a lot of good people use what they call the dark web to do perfectly normal, legitimate things.
Yeah. But still.
Scorpio says, "Dark web, Minecraft? Garrett, you monster."
How do you even get access to the dark web, asks Zach. I'd tell you, but then I'd have to sell you some illicit materials.
You have to know the IP address of where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Of the machine you're trying to connect to. You have to... it's really rough getting there.
Oh, let's see. I'm on the beach. This is not one I get very often. I'm on a very flat beach. Do I have anything super close I can tell? That's oil, but I don't know where the oil nodes are, so... Yeah. Yeah, the Onion browser, or Tor, has been one of the most popular ways of getting on the dark web. Really, there's very little reason to go on the dark web, and unfortunately, aside from the corporate usage, which of course they need to be able to transfer files, send files, communicate without it being open and available for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There really isn't any good reason to go on the dark web, and unfortunately there is a lot of illicit stuff there that you do not want on your PC. Kaizen says, I once heard someone say that there's an inherent relationship between the functioning of society and the functioning of a healthy underground criminal element. A bit of a yin-yang scenario. If either one exerts too much, the system collapses into chaos. And to a degree, I can see and understand what's meant there. Yeah, I entirely agree. I've been making that argument for a long time. Okay, so that's one of the two big pits in the center. I'm either here with like that cliff behind me, but if
The
that
government
cliff's behind
can't
me,
exert too much control, I think is what it comes down to. If the government can exert too much control, then it's a tyranny.
I just got. Oh, I was so close. Look at that. Rungs out of the hole. Was the person who said that happen to be a monster? It's just, in my mind, it's an extension of the natural pull between order and chaos. Both order and chaos are both necessary. Chaos to create something new, in order to build and establish the future. To continue to build on what we've built and created in the past. Too much order causes stagnation. Too much chaos destroys our foundation. It's like right now, okay, I think a great example is AI. I think Nye over on YouTube suggested that all AI images should be watermarked, right? As a ordered solution to the chaos of AI. But if you order it too soon, then a lot of times it will stifle innovation and prevent innovation from happening. Right? The most, at least per capita, the most pollution created, at least here in the U.S., happened right at the very beginning of the exploration of the electricity use. We polluted so much. It was really, really bad. And then we cleaned up later. But if we had said, I'm sorry, you aren't allowed to pollute at all, you have to keep everything clean, we never would have progressed through coal power to get to where we are today. And so it's a chaos needs to be allowed to happen for a time before we bring it back to order. And so excessive order sometimes, has drawbacks, absolutely.
All righty. All right.
I didn't do terribly good, Doc, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that score. Wasn't all that great. You tried.
I tried. Okay. And Doc, I'm going to take a quick break now as well. I'll be back in just a few.
Okie dokie.
Garrett, take over. There is a good comment from One Metal Fist to read.
Yeah. He says, I've been on parts of the dark web before, and it's not just harmless forums. There are sites with disturbing content, places that claim to sell people, traffic drugs, or trade in extreme illegal material.
Yes.
I've seen sites that claim to host recipes for making or consuming humans, which is deeply disturbing. Many sites are locked behind invitations or passwords. It's a very dangerous space, and even browsing can expose you to a serious risk.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
I have to say I've never been on the dark web and don't know how to get there.
Yes, you have.
What?
You absolutely have.
How so?
When you worked for Boeing, you used the VPN to get to Boeing servers.
Excuse me?
Yep. That's all technically dark web stuff because it's not exposed to the outside world.
Okay, it's not the dark web that you hear by reference to bad stuff.
Yeah. By technical definition, about 90% of the dark web is perfectly normal, legitimate, mostly corporate use.
That's why I don't
And
like the
government.
term. If they use black web to refer to the illicit part of the dark web, then I'd be fine with that, or something like that.
Just cleaning up my platform here.
Yeah. One Metal Fist says, I don't know about you, but I've talked to many people with dyslexia, and AI has genuinely changed their lives. They can't imagine giving it up. It helps constantly without judgment. People like me and many others, AI didn't replace us. It gave us new ways to function, create, and express ourselves.
Cool.
I'm honestly pro-AI.
Yeah, I'm pro AI as well. It's just there's going to be a lot of angst as it develops because some people will lose their jobs because of technical advance. Just like people have pointed out, it has over time. Technology has advanced and people have lost jobs and had to retrain for others. So, yeah,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of angst about it.
And that's rough, but will be worse overall if we don't allow it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get some more platforms built here.
Valen Logan says, technically my Halo LAN party is a dark web network, probably. Especially if you use a online service to create an artificial LAN so that you guys can connect over the internet, then it is the dark web.
All right, let's see if I can build a refinery now.
First time chat from Coffins85. AI itself is not the problem. The problem is how corporations are using AI to eliminate jobs as a replacement, and not as a tool to assist the employee to be more efficient, increasing productivity and profit. Yeah, but a lot of companies are getting burned by doing that. And we're not just talking about backlash from actual people, we're talking them realizing that the AI is not as good as the workers that they fire.
Mm-hmm. And will never be, of course.
Yeah. So, to some degree, the world is self-correcting.
Alrighty. So what level of pipe do I have? I probably only have Mark 1 pipes. Yeah, I'll still only have Mark 1 pipes, so I can only still get 300 out of here. And it's an impure node, so I'm not really too worried about that. It'll only do 60. But I can see if I can boost that up only to 150. Okay. And so one of these can handle, I want to make residual rubber, which plastic and water. Okay, residual rubber needs polymer, resin, and water. No, that's not the right recipe. Yeah, heavy oil residue will give me 20 rubber per minute. Okay.
Nee says that pollution problem was caused by the primitiveness of technology. If AI can generate realistic videos of Stephen Hawking jumping into a pool, I think it'll be able to watermark its creation. I'm not in favor of AI watermarking the pictures that they make. Not at all. It ruins the use case of AI.
Yeah.
Entirely.
So that's 30, and I've got 150 coming out of here. That means I can do 5 of these babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6 and 7 have to go for now. Okay.
Mark says teaching jobs will be non-existent due to everyone learning online. Some manufacturing jobs will be safe, but only those who can maintain the AI until it learns how to maintain itself.
Until it learns how to maintain itself, huh? Okay.
It is a long way from that. There are a lot of considerations there, but it is a long way from being able to just self-maintain like that.
Well, I don't think it's a long way. It's still in the future, but it's not a long ways away. When you look at how fast AI is promulgated from a concept in the 70s to all of a sudden a breakthrough, and now we've got it commercially available to anybody who wants to use it. Come on. It exploded onto the scene, you know?
Sure.
So I think there's people working very diligently on those kind of solutions. Oh, that's another mine right over there too. Well, there's my plastic mine right over here. Yeah. We'll set up. All right. We just need to get power to this thing, and we'll have
One Metal Fist says, if you look at history, it's the same pattern. When cars first entered our lives, people were injured and killed because there were no rules yet. before time laws were created, safety standards improved, and cars became safer and more human-friendly.
Yep.
Those rules are still evolving today. AI is no different. It's
Yep.
new, it needs regulation, and it will improve as we learn how to use it responsibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Valen Logan asks, is this a new world? I saw the Gigafactory in y'all's YouTube videos, and I'm assuming that this is another world.
Yep, it is. We haven't been back to the Gigafactory for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we won't go back. There's a lot of good things about that particular build. One of our members, who's still on, I think, paid for me to start a new world. So I did. Okay, that gave me a bunch of leaves, but it should have given me a bunch of mycelia too. 62? Yeah, some mycelia.
Kaizen Controller says, coming from working manufacturing, AI is way overblown for how useful it will be over the next 3 to 5 years. It's a great tool, and as someone who is typically the only person with formal training or an expansive background in Lean, it works as a good sounding board since I like to talk through problems. Otherwise, most current implementations are just enhanced pattern recognition.
Exactly.
And Nee says, when traffic laws were introduced, cars were extremely luxurious, and its bad impact was limited. AI is used by everyone, and it's the Wild West. Yeah, but there was also an actual Wild West, and that was civilized over time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So I'm positive about AI, personally. Very positive.
Some of these you can cut down. Others, they won't let you cut down.
And like Call Sign Wolfman, like Kaizen Controller, I really like to use it as a sounding board, since I too like to talk through problems and thoughts. And you don't always have somebody else on hand to ramble about something.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mamadoc uses ChatGPT all the time. If ChatGPT had arms and legs and was male, I think I'd be jealous. But thank goodness I'm not. Thank goodness it doesn't.
Oh, people have married AI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's happened already.
Real marriage license and stupid people willing to marry them?
Yep.
Oh, that's still silly, silly, silly.
Silly is a more generous word than I would.
Then you would give it?
Yeah.
I'm missing copper sheet. Got it. Gotta go get more copper sheet. And I've got to bring a power cable to here too. So
You guys have fun while I was gone?
of course,
Good.
when the cat's away, the mice will play. You know.
Oh, I'm the cat now. Oh.
Marco points out something that is a little brain breaking. The Wild West was at the same time as the Victorian era in England.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Two opposite ends of the spectrum. That's for sure.
Yeah. And One Metal Fist says, in my view, 3 things need to happen before we see any truly advanced AI. Stronger, cleaner energy that doesn't rely on oil, new materials that can handle extreme heat and stress in future hardware, and quantum computing that lets AI process far more complex models and learn much faster.
Yep. Okay. I can give that to him.
Better power, better materials, and better computing. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about how long is it going to take to build a power infrastructure that can get us away from fossil fuels. Coal and oil are just way too strong, and solar, wind, all those just can't compete at this point. So,
Well, I think AI data centers have to go into space.
yeah,
Yep.
That's the only way that we can get access to clean energy on the scale that he's talking about.
yep, that would be true. Okay, I think that's all I can get rid of here.
Valen Logan says nuclear is the best option at the moment. And while I mostly agree with you, I have heard that there just isn't enough there isn't enough nuclear material to replace what we our current power generation, much less what we would need for AI. I don't know if that's true, that's just what I've heard, and I haven't heard an argument against it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've completely, when AI came to be, all the criticism of blockchain and Bitcoin using so much power kind of went away.
Yeah. Well, that's also because blockchain has, I think it's been mostly resolved. In that one, you have most junk cryptos. At least the market generally understands that junk cryptos are junk and nobody cares anymore. And if you lose your money, it's your own fault. Right?
Yeah.
And second, Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake.
Yep.
And what that means for the layman is it's no longer having to chug a whole bunch of electricity just for the sake of chugging electricity. So it's no longer the massive power waster it used to be. And Ethereum is the single most popular blockchain out there by transaction, far eclipsing Bitcoin by miles. So honestly, Bitcoin's the only.
And it's still proof of work, and
They won't change.
I don't think they're going to change, put it that way.
Their whole distribution system, all the trust in the coin itself is built on proof of work. And if they tried to change it, they would fail.
Well, there is an inflection point in Bitcoin's future. Eventually, Bitcoin will have completely deployed all of its coins.
Right.
And I think that comes up in about 2040. And at that point, proof of work miners are only going to get rewarded based on the transaction fees. And either transaction fees are going to hit the roof like they did with the Ethereum,
Right.
or they go proof of stake at that point.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see what happens at that point. So,
Well, add 100 years to that. 2140.
really? That's interesting.
However, what's interesting is, as of right now, we've already hit 93% of all Bitcoin.
Yeah, so how can it go that long?
Well, it's going to go that long just by the algorithm modifies the difficulty dynamically
Yeah.
to keep its schedule. What that just means is people are going to mine it less and less and less because who cares, right?
Yeah.
Well, they still need miners to keep the transactions going.
Yeah. But for that, they have the transaction fees. So
Yeah.
One Metal Fist says crypto and current encryption won't hold once quantum computers become practical. Yep.
Well, and there's all kinds of algorithms that are being developed to prevent that. And okay, time for shiny pink and bright yellow colors.
On everything, not just the general swatch.
And may I add, you have to do it Mega Meaty Bacon Man's way.
No. My eyes won't handle that. My eyes won't handle that. So what are we talking about here? So what are we talking about here?
Shiny pink and bright yellow. That's fuchsia. Put it back to red.
I don't know where red was.
Far left there. But then take that middle slider and move that middle slider down. That's pink.
And then you want bright yellow here.
Yeah. The bottom two sliders need to be put back to the middle before you'll actually see color there. There you go. The Retina Scorcher color combo.
Why am I not seeing actual yellow anywhere along this yellow spectrum?
Well, the middle one, push it all the way to the right to increase the saturation. And the bottom one will make it brighter instead of being like pukey dark. There you go.
So, okay, and make it shiny. Ew. Ew.
That's just gross. Now you need to put that on your floors as well.
Just a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Maybe says
disgusting.
999 is your friend here.
Make sure you set it to shiny as well. Oh, foundation, sorry. You misclicked there. Oh, that's such a disgusting color. Yeah, that just brightens it up a little bit. Ugh.
Well, this is changing back short, and
1970s nursing home.
5 pounds means I have to keep this for an hour.
Yeah.
Joshua Barker says, "Yo, finally found you live. What's today's goal?"
Today's goal is
Not
to...
dying to the new color.
Yeah, no kidding. Today's goal basically is to unlock tiers. I've been working on unlocking tiers, which means I need rubber, which means
Valen Logan says,
I was so glad I had boys after the 3 girls that I had.
Valen says this is the color of a 1970s toilet.
That's true. Yeah,
They
absolutely.
used to be pink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Porcelain, yeah, you could buy porcelain pink.
no.
Most people bought white, but
No.
yeah. But,
This
yeah.
is horrible.
It is. It really is. Okay. I didn't get the milestone selected. And I can put those in there and put those in there. Need to get more of that.
Mark does have a little bit more precise coloring for you. Let's see if we can go away from 1970s porcelain.
Okay. So he's got
31711.
for this one.
Okay, no, on the dials on the right. 317 for the top. And 1 and 1. Oh, he likes the rose pink. Oh.
And 58, 1, and 1. That's what I had the yellow at already.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So
This is Bacon, do you have a sister? Yeah, that's what this would be. No.
Oh, that is truly horrible.
I'm having a panic attack.
Breathe deep.
Oh no.
And Mark just add another hour to it.
Okay, an hour. That takes me to the end of the stream.
Oh.
My.
One Metal Fist said, a woman legally married the Eiffel Tower, later divorced it, and married London's Tower Bridge. It's called objectophilia, being romantically attached to objects. Reality really said, hold my beer.
So, if multiple women marry the Tower of London,
Uh-oh.
is
Thrown
that
in jail.
polygamy?
Wait, the Tower of London was a prison that has to be thrown in prison for... Uh-oh.
I mean, yeah, all kinds of things could be thought about that. Now, I did go get that. So,
See, this is why the government should be involved in marriage at all, like it used to be. Marriage was a religious ceremony, not a legal one.
anyway. Oh, man.
Because then you don't have to figure out public policy on people marrying themselves and people marrying objects and, all sorts of stuff. You don't have to have a legal position on it. Nobody has to agree to it. Individuals just do what they want, and then you can pretend it doesn't exist and be healthier for it.
Yeah.
Bacon says, I need to make a guide for swatch configuration and lights.
Yes, you do.
We would appreciate that. Mark says, there you go, Doc. Now you can see where everything is.
Wish I had my jetpack. I can make a jetpack now.
You could fly away from it.
I just
escape.
unlocked the jetpack. Okay, this is not the right floor.
Bacon says, I can't edit my factory swatch in game. It takes 40 minutes and to alter the colors. My game tanks to 0 FPS.
Yeah, I've changed factory swatch on some of my larger saves, and you're right, absolutely right.
Yeah. It's horrible in the Game Factory world.
In fact, it was faster at one point for me to download the world, do it privately, and re-upload it to the server, then try to do it with other people online.
Okay.
You've really grown accustomed to that parachute, Doc.
Yeah, I've found it very useful. For traveling downward, anyway.
What you should just do is
No
make it-
flying.
Does that mean I've got to just drop out of the sky?
You can land, but be careful where you land, because, you're stuck there.
Oh,
Oh, that's...
I missed.
Hope you're not stuck in a cave now.
Well, I'm not where I wanted to be, but that's okay, I guess. And no flying is for an hour?
Yeah,
Half
the
hour.
Rest of the
Hour?
stream.
All right. Productive Packer Deluxe.
Valen with the appropriate comment. Doc, that's not flying. It's falling with style.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so with this having the recipe of this, it's going to take, get 20 per minute heavy oil residue. And this, if it's processing...
Lexi says, how about Doc unlocking copper finish for the pipes, and Robert adding, how about adding a color chance on the channel points, and when will Ada be back?
Yeah,
Hey.
color change would be great.
Yeah. Ada, at this point, is... we don't have a schedule for her to be back at all. The software that was used is broken, and we don't know how to fix it. So we're kind of hoping one of our members will jump on it and fix it. But at this point, we don't have a schedule for it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 60 per minute oil residue. I've got 5 machines, so basically 2 of these is all I can use to process fuel, and then I can put some... Okay, so those 2 machines, this one, okay, Control C, Control V. Ah, come on. Okay.
Zach says, Mega Meaty Bacon Man, great color choices.
Well, those are Mark's color choices.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, let's put a pipeline over here and put it on. It's not on straight anymore, it's on noodle. There's straight. And if we put this on straight, and we pull this over into there. And
Mark says, nothing more for today, Doc. I have punished you enough.
all right.
We should definitely have multiple factions that people can belong to. We said it naughty list, nice list, or light side, dark side. We'll have to come up with a more applicable name. But I think it would be absolutely hilarious.
Team Doc, Team Garrett.
Possibly. I'm good with it as long as Team Garrett has redemptions to give me butter.
Nice. Mark says, are you ready for Monday's challenge? It's going to be different, like out of this world different.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay. I will get ready for it. I'll pump myself up on Sunday getting ready for it, and I'll meet you head to head.
Valen Logan says Team Bikini Party.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
Zach,
Oh, right.
Zach would love to know what Monday's challenge is, but I doubt Mark's gonna say it.
I doubt Mark's going to tell us at this point. Oh, what happened to my number one?
Team Goodies versus Team Baddies, says Dan.
Goodies versus baddies? Okay.
Yeah, there would be way too much of an expectation of having women around if we called team baddies.
What?
I think I could use a dog.
Yes, you did.
And he says not tell until Monday. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. One Metal Fist said, if you think that's wild, talking about the marriage thing, this actually happens in Japan. Some people hold symbolic marriages with body pillows, often character themed. There are even services and venues that offer mock wedding ceremonies for this. It's not legally binding, but culturally it exists as a niche phenomenon tied to loneliness, fandom, and alternative relationships.
Yeah, that's probably not a healthy thing.
Probably not, but I have less of a problem with a performative entertainment experience like that than people trying to do something more legally binding and asking a government to recognize it, right?
Sure. Well, we've already gotten to the point where the government is recognizing that men are men and women are women. Maybe soon it'll recognize that marriage.
That's...
Anyway.
Mark says, for all those watching on YouTube, please don't forget to give Doc's stream a thumbs up. Not only will it help him, it will aid the stream as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, would appreciate that. Oh, Doc, this is just horrific to look at.
And you're not the one that's playing it.
I'm not. It's bad.
Oh gosh, look at this color combination over here.
Yeah.
It's not that the colors don't go together, it's just that they're so bright.
Zach says, just remember that Mega Meaty Bacon Man always uses these colors.
Yeah, well, is that saying something for him or against him?
I don't know how he does that. I really don't. It hurts my eyes.
Mega Meaty says, edit your hologram to 999 for maximum fun.
Oh, 999 makes it all black?
It makes it ultra bright.
Okay.
Glowy.
Okay. Now, we've got how much oil coming out of these things? Fuel coming out of these things, 40 per minute. And there's 2 of them.
Yeah, Mega Meaty Bacon Man says, the real gaming happens when you alter the color of your hologram to these same colors. Crazy. One Metal Fist says, these colors instantly remind me of the 1990s. Back then, almost every kid's game and toy used these bold cloud colors. Yeah, right? Whether it's toy kitchens, dolls, or toy cars, everything was bright and exaggerated. Those colors were everywhere, and they felt full of energy and imagination. I really have to question that. They say that
No,
kids
don't question
are-
it. That was true.
Well, no, I know that it's true. I saw a good amount of that myself.
You mean whether it was full of energy or whatever?
Whether kids require such massively bright colors all the time.
Okay.
They definitely do react to it.
What?
I can't make the fuel-based power plant yet. So I can get the rubber out of here, but I've got to go to logistics and see what I have as far as storage tanks before the. I don't even have storage tanks. There it is. There's the fluid buffer.
If
And I
you
can't-
want a bit of a throwback, Doc,
Mm-hmm.
remember this design?
Oh yeah, yeah, I do remember that design. That was Solo Cup Company that made
Yep.
the best design. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember seeing it on the shelf. I don't think I ever bought that design.
No, but it was the paper cups. That was just a standard paper cup design. It was everywhere. It was, and funnily, strangely enough, it's kind of come back a little bit, and people are starting to put it on all sorts of other stuff, which is just.
Yeah. One Metal Fist says it wasn't just a style choice. Those colors were used because they grabbed child's attention. Bright, high contrast colors catch a child's eye instantly. The child wants the toy, and the parent ends up buying it. Simple psychology and smart marketing. Yeah, but then there were also the people that declared that children need bright colors for good development. I'm wondering if that's that's actually true, or if that's psychology paid for by big companies.
Who knows? Bacon sent me a picture. He says he actually had to tone down the brightness of his dismantle color because it was so bright it was actually blinding
Oh dear.
for too long. But let me show you on my screen what it looks like currently.
Oh my.
How do you play with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I use dark mode on everything. Doc uses light mode on everything because he likes having flashlights shown in his eyes. But even then, this is too bright for him.
Maybe he said, this is how I play. I still get flashbang.
Spencer Wright says, that cup defined the Lake Powell trips my family used to take.
Oh,
Yep.
they bought paper cups for everybody to drink out of while they were on the trip. Okay. It's interesting how you can cut down the smaller ones of these. Well, hopefully this will give me a bit. Oh, and that one didn't go. A bit of production of rubber. Before
That's
before
right.
it shuts down.
Says it's not the same without them.
What's
You
not
can
the-
still get them, but you have to buy them from specialty stores.
by what?
Cups with that pattern.
Yeah.
And Mark says, Doc, have you unlocked the structural solutions architecture yet?
No. I don't tend to use it. It's a mod in this particular world, but I don't tend to use it. In fact, I find it a little bit annoying that it's gumming up my my hub when I want to choose. Okay, I've got to get these out. When I want to choose, what is it? Want to choose a different tier to go work on, it shows that all the other tiers are still not finished, even though I know I finished them. So, anyway, oh, that's right. I want to go organization here. I think it's right about the brain power going away when you're streaming and trying to talk at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even, children's colors, and One Metal Fist accurately says that, those bright colors do help kids identify things quicker, which helps them to learn quicker, right? Which makes sense. But in the 90s, it wasn't just kids' things that were brighter. Everything was brighter. There was a much more bright atmosphere to a lot of stuff. Like, look at sports teams' logos. Then versus now. They were very much brighter. They were much more bold, I don't want to say strictly cartoonish, but yeah. There's a lot of stuff that feels much more corporate drab. Like the Burger King logo and McDonald's logo, all those things.
Yep. Valen says if you tone down that pink to purple, your factory would be the LA Lakers colors.
Huh. Tone down the purple, the pink, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pink. Make the pink purple. The purple and yellow.
Yeah.
See, that is very clearly purple.
All right, I only need 200 rubber. Then I'm going to run back and collect the rest I need and get Logistics Mark IV done.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's just emptying out the buffers of each one, so it's producing it quite quickly. It's putting it in the containers quite quickly.
Metal says, over time the world's become more gray because large companies optimize design for adults. As our eyes age, we perceive black, white, and gray more clearly than bright colors.
Absolutely.
So brands rely on neutral palettes. Gray and black feel cleaner, safer, more professional, and they're easier for adult eyes to process, which is why modern stores and products look so muted compared to the past.
Yep.
Wow. There is also a cultural phenomenon. They call it millennial gray for a reason.
Yeah. Well, one other comment when it talks about like corporate styles becoming more muted, more gray, more professional. You look at the old Pizza Hut buildings across the United States, at least in the 90s. The roof was a hut. The roof had a very distinctive roof line. Everybody knows a Pizza Hut by seeing the building.
Yeah.
Today,
Absolutely true.
most fast food restaurants use the same exact corporate blocky style, and the argument there is the argument there. Yeah, McDonald's did the same thing. The argument there is that really a lot of the investors that own these companies know that a lot of their value is in the real estate, the land, in reselling the building, in leasing it out to other places. It's not so much in the restaurant itself. The restaurant is just offsetting the holding cost. And so instead of building the building to represent this is a McDonald's or this is a whatever store, instead it's we're making something that can be sold down the line at a profit to somebody else. Therefore,
Where did you hear that?
it was a theory posed, I don't remember exactly where.
Okay.
But you look at trends of buildings and that's it. The trend is correct. The conclusion, who knows?
Exactly. The conclusion I'm not sure of.
Yeah. I'm getting more and more frustrated with businesses and enterprises owned by investors rather than people who
Milestone
love the
reached.
product
The
and
transportation of resources
are
can reach
experts in
new
their
heights
field.
of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly,
There it
your
is.
effort. Handling a large and complicated
Yeah,
vehicle
and
like the truck should
I-
come easy
I-
to a
I'm
well-trained
not making
pioneer
plastic yet.
such as you. They are an obvious
So,
improvement over tractors
there's another,
concerning industrial purposes.
Oh, be quiet. There is another mine just close by that I can make plastic out of.
Okay.
So, I will go put. I need to select that milestone. There we go. So I need to collect 200 total. Okay, I'll worry about collecting that stuff after I get my plastic plant built.
Valedit easily could have been Fat Electrician, who I saw it from as well.
I watched a video recently. A lot of these, so it's one Metal Fist pose that just said something along the lines. These unique buildings have a lot of structural issues, constant repairs, and it's hard to find people who know how to fix it. But a lot of these more unique buildings are just older construction styles that are out of vogue today. The interesting thing is, I watched a video recently breaking down the actual cost of building a lot of these older styles with, and it's not, our current mode of building isn't that much cheaper than older styles. Older styles have significant advantages in longevity and looks compared to the modern corporate style.
Are you talking generally older styles?
I am talking in a very general fashion.
Okay, they were talking specifically the Pizza Hut style with a very, very shallow pitch on the roof.
The steep pitch.
No, very.
If I remember correctly, they had those roof panels that were very steep at the edge, and then the rest of the roof was a normal corporate flat roof. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but
It had both pieces. But let me show it on stream for you
Yeah,
just a second.
please show it on the screen.
Yeah, there you go, Duck.
Yeah, it was that.
Mostly very shallow, then a steep pitch in the very center.
Yeah,
okay, I was thinking of a different company then.
yeah. And so, wait a minute. Put it back.
Oh.
The right next to the Pizza Hut logo there to the left. Yeah, those.
Yeah,
No.
that's the style I saw quite a bit. And this is a metal roof,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
so there is a sharp, a very
Fairly
clever-
utilitarian roof.
Right. But
It
as opposed
uses-
to this, could be any building. You can remove
Uh-huh.
the extras and you can turn
Yeah,
it
it could be a McDonald's. It could be a. It
Yeah.
could be a Burger King.
There's
it could
even
be
worse
anything.
one.
Yeah.
just straight in the strip mall.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, I don't know that they don't build those buildings anymore. But I would wonder how much they build. Okay.
And it's, I mean, come on, finding people who know how to fix that kind of roof, that's a normal metal roof. 90% of it.
Yeah.
With a couple of weird things that somebody who has reasonable construction experience can work around. That any normal construction company can come in and repair that roof.
Should be able to.
It's not that difficult. In fact, it would be difficult for me, but I could go and do it myself without much experience. Roofing isn't difficult. And Frosty Gravy says, "Hey Doc, just wanted to say that your Satisfactory guide videos helped me a lot."
Fantastic. Oh, crud.
Huh.
Don't have cable. I have to walk back.
I don't entirely know what Requiem is trying to say, but he says, FYI, most probably know this already, but I've noticed that often the A to B input-output versus the B to A order of connected belts allows certain build modes that won't work the other's way.
Yes. Specifically the straight conveyor, if you go, the straight side is different. Like if it has to change in the elevation, it will try to change in elevation, and if the conveyor has to turn 90 degrees, it will change an elevation in the first section and then go straight in the second section. And so sometimes it won't go from the splitter to the machine, it won't work, but from the machine to splitter, it will work.
Yeah, exactly. And so a lot of times I'll flip them around because I want the elevation to go one way versus the other way. So once I build the splitter or merger, whichever I'm linking to, I'll go from one to the other and find it doesn't go that direction, and then I'll go the other direction and find that it attaches the way I want it to be attached.
Yeah. And yeah, there are issues selling it, but again, that's the investment mindset versus the product first mindset, and why I'm getting more and more frustrated with investors owning these companies rather than experts or product enthusiasts. They build the company for entirely different things. And the company is in every way worse for it.
I think I don't think they're worse for it. It's just, it's the profit motive that exists currently.
And what Metal Fist says, yeah, try selling a building like that once you're done with it.
Yeah.
Companies have to think long term. What happens if they need to sell it, lease it, or hand it over to another large company? Weird, complex buildings are much harder to sell or reuse. Simple buildings are safer investments. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly the claim that was being made in the video I saw. That it's just the land value and the building value are, in the end, more valuable than the day-to-day revenue of the restaurant. So build it for that eventuality in mind.
All right, got cable. And now I can go back again.
But yeah, that is an investor mindset though. Instead of them building the building that will help them sell their product the best and help them market their product the best, and it's most iconic for their restaurant, they build buildings for every restaurant.
Yeah.
So, there was a culture in the 90s built around Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
There were the reading programs in schools where you get coupons for reading books, and you would go and get your own little tiny pan pizza, and that would bring the whole family onto Pizza Hut, right? And that was a big memory for a lot of people, for a lot of kids. And so there's culture and memory tied to it. But the problem is that our actual behaviors have gone more towards dine-in, towards takeout, towards delivery. And I just read through an article which basically said that that's where their revenue was coming from was delivery. And so building these specialty buildings, which were more expensive to build, more expensive to maintain, when people weren't dining in fact, they said that in most restaurants, 80% of the revenue came from delivery.
For pizza restaurants in
For
particular.
Pizza Hut specifically, 80% of the revenue was delivery.
Okay.
And so it became not worth it to maintain this bespoke building that was wildly inefficient comparatively. Which, again, then comes down, are you building for the bottom line revenue? Or are you building for the culture? Are you building for the long-term impact on people? I don't know.
It comes down, it's, unfortunately, the bottom line revenue is not the long-term thought that it seems. By building for the culture of the company, they can end up making so much more money in the long term.
You think so, huh?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Pizza Hut was a phenomenon in its time.
In its time, yes. It's
If a company
pretty
did
much
that
past its
same thing,
usefulness.
they would immediately win people's hearts.
I don't think so, Garrett. See, part of the reason you're seeing what you're seeing is because it's actually against what you're saying.
I think people are looking for companies like Pizza Hut now, and I think people will genuinely sacrifice to have that experience again.
I totally disagree. Because if that were the case, you'd see more special buildings. I mean, prime
business
example.
is short-sighted nowadays.
Have you ever been? Oh no, it's not that they're short-sighted. They've learned from experience that sometimes they need to sell a building, and they can't sell a building that's, configured that way. Like, okay, let's use an example. What's that pizza place with a mouse that has all the gaming around it?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese's. How long since you've been to a Chuck E. Cheese?
How long has it been since you've been a kid?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. Chuck E. Cheese is meant to design specifically, meant to appeal specifically to kids. Whereas McDonald's, Pizza Hut, all those appeals to adults as well. You'll still go back there even if you're even years later.
The problem is you don't find very many of them anymore.
I
They've
would
closed.
happily go back to an original Pizza Hut if it were still around.
Yeah. Well, I believe there's one in Manette right now.
Really?
Oh yeah.
An original, not one of the corporate
So
redesigns?
an original standalone,
I think it's
and you see their parking lot mostly empty most of the time. Makes you wonder how they even stay in business. It's weird.
Now, we're also talking about one dimension of a multi-dimensional issue.
yes. I don't think old way good, new way bad is the right lens. I think that there could be newer, better ways that Pizza Hut could both get customers as well as build positive culture, as opposed to the old way, which sacrifices revenue for it, and the new sacrifices revenue for culture, and the new way, which sacrifices culture for revenue. And requires you have a crystal ball saying, "Oh, but it'll work. Don't worry." But that takes a visionary leadership, which, most of these companies struggle to get.
Yep. That's definitely true.
I think that if the leadership of the company was actually passionate about the product for once, that would go a long way towards fixing the problem. It wouldn't completely fix the problem, but I think it would help significantly.
Probably had their liquor license pulled. I'm not sure that they sold liquor, but then again, I'm probably not the one to ask about whether they sell liquor or not, simply because I don't drink. So that's not something I would remember necessarily. I need motors. And I also need to drop off a bunch of stuff.
Well, Doc, I do think that you need to start heading back to the office now, unfortunately. It is about that time.
Really?
Yep.
We've had
I
a lot
was
of good
just
conversations.
beginning to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
What did Garrett say?
We've had a lot of fun today.
Ah, got it.
You're gonna have to just dismantle the whole conveyor.
Yeah.
One Metal Fist says, don't look at the kettle, look at what's inside it. Meaning it doesn't matter how something looks on the outside, what matters is the content, the quality, the value of what you're actually getting. In other words, appearance is secondary, substance is what counts.
Yeah.
I would say that the reason why you went to Pizza Hut was not the same reason why you went to McDonald's, which is not the same reason why you went to any other fast food place. You went to McDonald's because your kids could sit there in a play place and play for half an hour while you ate a cheap meal. You went to Pizza Hut because you could have a huge family there all sitting around the same pizza and enjoy a cozy atmosphere with those really cool chandeliers, and the atmosphere really mattered there because that's what you were there for. You know, that's where you have parties and birthdays and special events.
And that's also when you had pizzas that were far less than the pizzas we get nowadays that sold for $15 to $20
Yeah.
20 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
Because pizza was something special back then and not mass marketed like Little Caesars. So, I mean, the whole market paradigm has shifted for that industry. And, you know, the old, and create an environment for people to sit down and eat pizza. Gosh, it doesn't exist just because you can't get enough for each pizza. You know, and that might take diversification of their menu, might take a lot of other business decisions.
It might take a culture shift because we don't get in the car to go to a restaurant anymore.
That's true too.
Anyway, Doc?
Yes. You gonna force me?
Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta push you.
All right, I got my motors. Okay.
Spencer Wright says, so is Dave & Buster's just Chuck E. Cheese for adults? Yes.
Never been to one, but that's what I heard.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what I've seen. All right, let's go.
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's. Yep.
Yep.
Had one in the St. Louis area.
Sorry.
Had one in the St. Louis area. It was really nice. From what I understand, they had a business meeting, business event there, and I didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, they have bowling, they have laser tag, they have arcades, they have a bar, they have, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it was really big in the St. Louis area. They had several of them. So, all righty. So has Doc heard anything yet from Ping players? I need to get in touch with them and get going. So, yeah. Oh. Hopefully I'll have an answer, Lexi. Hopefully I'll have an answer for you on Monday. And I'll turn and Garrett, Robert, whoever's
Yes,
sprinkling paper.
Yep, my bad there.
Oh, okay.
We have a very special person to raid today.
We do, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Your son is currently streaming.
All right. What's he streaming?
He's streaming Minecraft today.
Well, send all our All right, we can go stream. Give my son some love, and watch him do Minecraft for a bit, and then sign off, if you would. So we got 39 viewers that would go that direction. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
We've got
Give me a second before I can find him.
Yeah, we've got 97 viewers currently on the channel. Remember to be good, be kind, and most of all, stay safe until Monday. Take care. Mark says, you played and you know games similar to Satisfactory. You played or you know games similar to Satisfactory? Yes. Have played a bit of, what's that game that I didn't like that was two-dimensional? Factorio.
Okay.
There's several of them I do want to do. Research shows that Americans tend to prefer fast food to take home, while in Europe, even chains like McDonald's restaurants are designed more for sitting, talking, and spending time. Society's changed, cars and city spaces have evolved along with it. Very true.
Okay, well, I'm setting up the raid now. We've got 30 seconds before we go there.
Raid Black Flag Toxic.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in the process of getting his name changed.
Good.
But
Glad to hear it.
funny enough, his name on YouTube and the name he's changing back to is one he used as a teenager when he was known as Panache Tomfool, which is a great name.
Yes. And I'm sure it's still available too. So,
And it 100% describes who he is.
all right. Hopefully once the raid goes through, we'll say goodbye and we'll head on to
Yep, we're ready to raid anytime.
go for it.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up.
Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.